Bellevue University welcomes all student athletes, game officials, and spectators to today's contest. As a member of the NAIA, Frontier Conference members are committed to the true spirit of competition by being a champion of character through 5 core character values the NAIA embraces, which are integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. We ask each of you as a participant, official, or spectator to abide by these values, creating a positive environment in which our student athletes may participate, our game officials may work, and you, the spectator, may enjoy. Thank you for your support and cooperation. Please enjoy the game.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Today we celebrate a new chapter in Bellevue baseball history as the Bruins play their first ever game at the new Renner-Dennis Outdoor Athletic Sports Complex. The Bellevue Bruins will host the visiting Midland University Warriors out of Fremont, Nebraska, members of the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Mick Krupski behind the microphone on this side, and on the other side also Mick Krupski, my son. So a Mick Krupski doubleheader for you today in this single game between the Bruins and the Warriors. Mick, welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks for having me.
The Bellevue Bruins currently rated number 4 in the nation in the NAIA, out to a great start in this 2026 campaign. 22-3 record overall, 4-0 in the Frontier Conference. The Midland Warriors 11-15 overall, but they've done very well in conference play in the GPAC at 6-2. Overcast skies this afternoon. Temperature expected to get to the mid to upper 60s, so a pretty nice day for late March in the Midwest for baseball. The Bruins on a 10-game winning streak. The Warriors on a 3-game winning streak. The Bruins went 6-1 on their Florida campaign a couple of weeks ago. The Bruins were 4-0 in the Frontier Conference preseason tournament in Sioux Falls, South Dakota last weekend. Nick, what do you look forward to in today's broadcast between the Bruins and the Warriors?
Well, it might be a tough task for the Bruins in the ballpark. Hot offense for the Bruins. Tons of runs scored so far in their 22-3 start and 4-0 conference start. Midweek, you usually get a guy who's not a weekend starter, so we'll see how well these pitchers can do. Not a ton of innings pitched so far in the season. Let's hope for a hot start with these Bruins batting.
The two head coaches meeting with the two-man umpiring crew at home plate. That meeting just breaking up now. Dwayne Monlix in his 16th year as the helm of the Bellevue program. For the Warriors, Shea Bennett in his 3rd year heading that Warrior program. Our two umpires today will be Sean Johnston behind the plate and Matt Ossenford on the bases. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for today's contest. First of all, for the visiting Midland Warriors out of Fremont, Nebraska. Leading off and playing center field is Brody Boyle. Batting second and playing second base is Dax Wandler. The 3-hole hitter is the first baseman, Jimmy Martinez. The cleanup hitter is the right fielder, Owen Glover. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Amir Perez. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Hunter Spencer. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Anthony Martinez. Hitting eighth is the catcher, Adam Muniz Jr. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Chase Bogus. On the mound this afternoon for the Warriors will be Trent Patesol. Mick, do you have some information about Patesol?
I did. My computer just died. Patesol has 0.00 ERA on the year in just 2/3 of an innings pitched.
Let's meet this afternoon's starting lineups. First, for Midland, the Warriors enter today's game with an overall record of 11-15.
So not much of a book on
Leading off the center fielder, number 1, Brody Boyle.
Start of the season today.
Batting
So
second,
an
the second
opportunity for
baseman,
him to
number
try to
4,
impress the coach Shea Bennett and all the other members of the Warrior pitching
Jimmy
staff.
Martinez.
For the home team, the Bellevue Bruins, again, 22-3 overall, 4-0 in conference, and on a 10-game winning streak. Here is the starting lineup in the first ever game from the new Renner-Dennis Outdoor Athletic Complex. Leading off and playing second base, second baseman Nick Gravel. Batting second and playing third is
Batting ninth, the
I'll get
left
that
fielder,
right.
number 6.
Batting
Pace
second and playing
Burgess.
third base is O'Keld.
And pitching
The
with a
three-hole
record
hitter
of
for the
0-0
Bruins is the first
number
baseman,
40,
Carter
Trent
Clairhout. The cleanup
Warriors
hitter
are
for the
coached by
Bruins
Shea
is
Bennett
left
in his
fielder
third season.
Aiden Macaris.
He is assisted by Cooper
Batting
Morrison,
fifth, the
Bo
catcher
Boyle, and
Dylan
Hilton
Holmes. Batting sixth for the Bruins, playing right field, Anthony Lind. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Connor Boyd.
And now the
Hitting
starter
eighth
for
for the
Bellevue
Bruins, the
University.
designated hitter,
The
Mason
Bruins enter today's
Spelcy.
game with a record
And
of
batting
22 and
ninth,
3
the
and
center
are ranked
fielder,
number 4 in the
Jalen
NAIA.
Ruffin.
Leading
On the
off
mound
and
today
playing
for
second
the
base, number
Bruins
14,
is
Nick
Brady
Gravel.
Baltus. Mick
Batting
got some
second, the third
information
baseman, number 3,
about
Oak
Brady.
Held.
Yeah, Brady Baltus.
Batting third baseman, number 23, Carter Clairhout.
Unimpressive 8.18
And the cleanup spot to the left fielder, number 22,
Done a
Aiden
great job
Macaris.
getting
The fifth batter is the
his
catcher,
three
number
games
16,
started,
Dylan
5
Holmes.
as we said, so
Batting sixth, playing right field, number 17,
trying to get
Anthony
that ERA down a little
Lind.
bit here in this midweek matchup. But has
Seventh
done a
batter
good
is the
job
shortstop,
helping
number
his
4,
team
Connor
so far in
Boyd.
2026.
Both
Batting
these
eighth, the
teams have been
designated
on the
hitter,
road a
number
lot in the
15,
early part of
Mason
this
Spelcy.
2026 season. The Bruins
And batting ninth,
started
the
off
center
their
fielder,
season
number
with
8, Jalen
road
Ruffin.
trips to Oklahoma and
And
Kansas
pitching for the
before the
Bruins with a
long
record
trip
of
to
5-1,
Florida.
number
And then
24,
last
Brady
weekend in South
Baltus.
Dakota, now home. And they'll
The
be home
Bruins are
again this
coached by
weekend
Dwayne
for
Monmouth in
the
his
start of the
16th
home
season.
part of the
He is
2026
assisted by
Frontier
associate head
Conference
coach
season.
Mitch Schmidt, pitching
For
coach
the
Sean Malley,
Warriors, they had
assistant coaches
spring
Richie
trips
Moore,
to San
Drew Nielsen,
Antonio,
and Ivan
Texas,
Medina.
Pineville, Louisiana, and West Palm Beach, Florida. Now back
Please
home
welcome
to
our
compete
officials
in
for
the Great
today's game.
Plains
Behind the
Athletic
plate,
Conference.
Sean Johnston.
And today's
And on the
matchup on the
bases,
first
Matt
ever
Ossenfort.
meeting here at the Renner Dennis
At this time,
Sports
we ask all
Complex.
fans and participants to please
Time now to
rise
turn
and
our
remove their caps
attention
as
to
we
the
honor America
flagpole
with the
out
playing of the
in
national
left center
anthem.
field as we get ready for our national anthem. Not exactly a flagpole, but a video board out in left center field. One of the nice new additions here at the new complex. As you can tell, a field turf field, synthetic surface. 325 down the left and right field foul lines. 390 to straightaway center field. 372 to the power alleys in left center and right center. So a little bit bigger than the Bruins' previous field at Brown Park. The Bruins have played at a variety of venues over the years. They've played at Baldwin Field in Bellevue. They played at Roddy Field in Bellevue, Westgate Field in Omaha, Brown Park in Omaha, and now the new home field just southeast of Offutt Air Force Base, about a 5-minute drive from the Bellevue campus. Right-hander Brady Baltus takes the hill for the Bruins. Let's set the defense for the home team as we get ready for today's single 9-inning contest. Across the infield, Carter Clairhout is at first base. Dick Gravel is at second. Connor Boyd, the shortstop today, and Oak Held at third. Across the outfield, Aiden Macaris is in left field. Jalen Ruffin is in center, and Anthony Lind is in right. The battery, along with Brady Baltus behind the dish for the Bruins, is Dylan Holmes. Holmes has been on a big hot streak with his bat as of late. And congratulations, speaking of honors, Bellevue first baseman Carter Clairhout is the Frontier Conference Player of the Week for his efforts last week in the 4-game set in Sioux Falls. Mick, what do you look for maybe as an early key in today's contest?
Well, you have two pitchers who, one with a high ERA, one who's not throwing a lot. So getting ahead of batters, getting ahead of the count on these guys. You know, you don't today's game, especially with how powerful this Bellevue offense can be.
Leading off for Midland, the center
Leading it
fielder,
off
number
for the
1,
visiting Midland
Brody
University
Boyle.
Warriors is the center fielder, Brody Boyle. So Brody versus Brady in this first ever matchup. First pitch at the new Renner Dennis Outdoor Sports Complex is low for a ball 1. This complex also includes fields for softball and soccer. The soccer fields were inaugurated last fall by both the men's and women's soccer programs. Softball got started last week, and now it's baseball's turn to complete the trifecta. Next pitch, a breaking ball misses low and away. 2-0 the count on Boyle. Boyle, a .318 hitter. Chop down the third base line. Fair ball. Backhand play. One hop throw. Gets out down the right field line. Oakeld had to wait for that long hop. His throw across the diamond will allow Boyle to get to second base.
Yeah, that was a big field turf hop there down the line at third. You know, that ball bounces a little higher, skip a little bit on this field turf. Tough throw going to his backhand side. Long throw across the infield.
Bill Mullins, our official scorer this afternoon. He'll give it an E5.
Now batting the second baseman,
That'll
number
bring to
4,
the plate
Dax
second baseman
Wandler.
Dax Wandler. So an early scoring opportunity for the Midland Warriors. Baltus works from the stretch. Pitch inside, ball 1. So both batters, Baltus has fallen behind.
And immediately a runner in scoring position for Midland with one of their better hitters up here in Wandler, who's hitting over 300 on the year.
Hit in the air down the left side. That's going to get down in foul territory, rattle around into the corner. Aiden Macaris will have to chase it down over there.
And Wandler hitting .316 this year, on base at .421 and slugging just a hair under 500. So he's a guy who can do some damage in this 2-hole.
Usually that 2-hole guy, a guy in the order who's got handles the bat well. Let's see if he can advance the base runner, pulling it. Instead, it goes to shortstop. And now they've got the runner in a pickle between second and third. The throw to third baseman Oakeld. He'll apply the tag. So some bad running there by Brody Boyle. Got to make the ball go through in front of you.
Yeah,
so
hard at
6-5
right
on the play.
Not what you want to see from the lead runner there at second base, your leadoff guy who's on base a lot. You got to make sure that ball is past you on the right side, or at least on the right side in the infield to advance, especially first out in the first inning. You're already in scoring position.
Now batting
really
the first baseman, number 23, Jimmy
Well,
Martinez.
Wandler reaches on the fielder's choice. That'll bring to the plate first baseman Jimmy Martinez. First pitch swinging, hit to second base. Out recorded at second. The relay to first is in time. The Bruins complete the 4-6-3 double play. Gravel to Boyd to Clairhout. For the Warriors in the top of the first inning, no runs on no hits. There was one error and nobody left on base after a half inning. The Warriors nothing and the Bruins coming to bat.
Coming to bat.
And as you look at your screen right now, where you see a takeoff of one of the, I'm not sure which kind of plane that is, but as I mentioned, we're less than a quarter mile from the runway of Offutt Air Force Base, home of Stratcom. So we'll be seeing planes landing and taking off all afternoon here at the new field. On the mound for the Midland Warriors, big right-hander Trent Paetzel. Let's set the Warrior defense for you as we get ready for the bottom of the first. Jimmy Martinez is at first base. Dax Wandler is at second. Hunter Spencer is the shortstop. Anthony Martinez at third. The Warriors' outfield consists of Chase Bogus in left field, Brody Boyle in center field, and Owen Glover in right. Behind the dish, Adam Muniz Jr. will complete the battery along with Trent Paetzel. Gravel held Clairhout, the first three batters for the Bruins, to face Trent Paetzel. Usually these midweek games, we see a whole host of different pitchers as guys get some work.
And as we said, Pate's only thrown 2/3 of an inning so far this year, not in a start. So first start of the year, trying to get his first full inning on the year as well. Gets to lead off the game with 3 batters hitting over 390, so that'll be a fun task for him.
Patesel at 6'7" out of Newman Grove, Nebraska, so he's a big guy out there on the mound. Let's see how the Bruins
Leading off the
fare
bat
at
of
the
first
plate
for the
against
Bruins,
him.
the second baseman, number 14.
Leading it off,
Nick
the second
Gravel.
baseman, Nick Gravel.
Gravel comes in hitting 395, 474 on base, and a 480 slugging. So a guy who really sets the table atop this Bellevue lineup.
Here's the first pitch from Trent Patesel. Down low, ball 1.
Patesel working exclusively from the stretch, it looks like. All his warm-ups came from the stretch. First pitch from the stretch as well. Really over-the-top delivery with that four-seamer.
Working from the first base side of the rubber. Has that closed start to his delivery. Another pitch just a little bit below the knees. 2-0 the count. Nick Gravel, the leadoff man for the Bruins. Nick's been in the Bellevue program for a couple of years now. Halifax, Nova Scotia. He'll take that pitch. Strike call now 2-1.
Back, he knew he took one that he could really have driven right there, but probably looking to take a pitch, work the count a little bit, especially with 2 straight balls to start the game.
Here's the 2-1 offering. Shows bunt, pulls it back as a pitch again comes in low. 3-1. Hitters count for Gravel.
Yeah, don't hate the idea of a drag bunt. You got a big pitcher. You kind of assume he's not going to move that great off the mound, but probably just showing him something there, trying to work the count a little bit this early in the game.
Down low, so the leadoff man, Nick Gravel, draws a walk as he becomes the leadoff guy on the bags for the Bruins.
Hey, you're going to make your day a lot harder walking these Bruins batters, too. They don't need any help with the offensive side of things.
Let's see who gets the honor of getting the first hit at this walk. Could be third baseman Oak Held. He's in the batter's box now as Gravel gets his lead off of first. Patesel delivers. Again low. That's been where he's been missing.
I'm sure these Bellevue hitters are going to stay nice and patient, too. Make him come with something in the zone, especially here with Held. Try to find something to drive.
That one's driven hard to left field, but right at the left fielder. Out there, Chase Bogus doesn't have to move but a step or two to collect that screeching line drive off the bat of Oak Hill.
That was hit right on the screws, just unfortunately directly at the left fielder. Only had to take, about 2 steps back, and it was right on, and that ball almost caught him as much as he caught that ball.
Next batter for the Bruins, first baseman Carter Clairhout. Clairhout, as we mentioned earlier, the reigning Frontier Conference Player of the Week. It's the second time this year he has been honored. Lays off the first pitch. Up and away.
Yeah, Clairhout already 8 home runs and 6 doubles on the year. Extra base power to be sure, slugging a robust .724.
Breaking ball comes in the zone, 1-1 to count.
Yeah, big 12-6er there from Pates.
Yeah.
That big overhand delivery, that thing kind of falls right out of the sky.
Marguerite Brown got the first hit at the new softball complex last week. Let's see which Bruin baseball player will have the honors this year, this time for the Bruins, as we have our second takeoff of the afternoon.
Little home field advantage there with all the planes.
Runner goes, pitch on the way. That one's sent out towards right center field. That is long gone over the 372-foot mark. Carter Clairhout with a 2-run home run to give the Bruins the lead. And he gets the honor of getting the first hit and the first home run at the new Renner Dennis Sports Complex.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter there. Absolutely hammered to almost dead center field.
That one went a long way beyond 372 feet.
Big celebration there coming into the dugout for Claire House.
Next up for the Bruins, the cleanup hitter, another guy who can hit the ball a long way, left fielder Aiden Macaris.
That tied Claire Howe with Macaris for the team lead in home runs at 9. I'm sure Macaris wants to regain that lead here at some point, too.
Breaking ball clips the front shoulder of Macaris. He didn't get out of the way of that one. You don't have to. If you're going to get hit by a pitch, that one's a good one to get hit
That's
by.
a freebie. That's one of my favorite moves back in the day. Yeah. You want to get me first, I'll take it.
You used to duck your head in front of him, though. I was worried about what was going to happen.
I got hit in the face once, never again.
That'll earn a trip to the mound by one of the Midland coaches to talk with Paetzel. Oh, a walk, a hit by pitch, and 2 balls that were stung hard. One by Held for an out, the other by Claire Howard for a 2-run home run. More and more people coming into the ballpark this afternoon. Softball started their season with a day in the 80s. Baseball starting with one in the 60s. So not as much sun-tanning going on in the stands this afternoon, but still a nice crowd on hand, including some of the members of the softball team.
Yeah, we'll take this weather for March 24th in Nebraska any day.
If you're listening from outside the Midwest, the Omaha Bellevue area, it's been a weird winter. We've had a lot of exceptionally warm days this year and very little snow as well. All right, back to the action. Here's the catcher, Dylan Holmes.
Right up on the interior line of that batter's box home here, too.
Pitch stays up.
Paetzel's really had trouble getting on top of these batters from Bellevue today, too. I don't think he's thrown a first pitch strike yet. That's when you have to come with something to these guys like Claire Howe who can put the ball into orbit.
All right, I'll try to...
Holmes awaits.
Yes.
That one's hit sky high, but it's going to sail out of play. Left fielder Chase Boges giving chase, but he runs out of room.
Holmes does have 5 homers on the year, so he does have some pop in that bat as well. Macaris, pretty big lead over there at first base. He's going.
Line hard off the glove of the third baseman. Another hard hit ball, and now third base unoccupied. Macaris trying to get there. Tries a swim move, gets to the base, and he gets around the tag. Some crazy base running there from Aiden Macaris. He was on the move with the pitch. He got that right arm out for the third baseman to try to apply the tag and then snuck the left hand in. And now the 2 umpires will have a conference to see if the home plate umpire had a better angle of the play.
Yeah, umpire moving from second, kind of trailing it. Was almost blocked a little bit by the third baseman's body, but tough call to make. Looked like he thought Macaris got that arm around to the base before the ball got to him.
And they'll go with the original call.
Yeah, the ball wasn't dropped or anything.
So a too hot to handle single for Dylan Holmes. That brings to the plate right fielder Anthony Lind. Courtesy runner on at first base for the catcher Holmes.
We'll just be like game match. All right. I will.
Runner goes. It'll be a stolen base for courtesy runner Caleb Williams. Sorry, Caleb. Had trouble finding
the second number.
Yeah, 21 on his jersey. So Williams in scoring position at second. Macaris in scoring position at third as Lind awaits. Paetzel will step off the rubber, his first disengagement.
And another batter he's fallen behind here. 1-0 count to Lind.
Set at the belt and now delivers home. Now the helmet of Anthony Lind may have got a piece of the face as well. We were kidding Mickey just a little bit ago, and That's a similar one to when you were clonked in the face at Regis University in Denver years
I
ago.
can tell you from experience that hurts a lot.
Yes. Looks like a bloody nose for Anthony. He'll be assisted off the field to have that taken care of. Hopefully he'll be able to continue. But, yeah, that
doesn't
good.
feel good. That's going to hurt for a little while, too.
Anthony's a senior member of the Bellevue squad. He's been in the program for 5 years. That will not be among his favorite memories in his time as a Bellevue Bruin.
Looking like he's maybe trying to stay in the game. They haven't sent anybody down to first base to run for him yet.
Well, he'll get a little bit of time for the training staff to try to stem the bleeding. Dwayne Monlix and assistant coach Richie Moore out talking with home umpire Sean Johnston. Trying to give a little time to the staff to take care of Lind. Bellevue bats have come alive over the last couple of weeks. The Bruins averaging 11 runs per game. Midland University averaging just under 6 runs per game. As we have this pause for medical attention for Anthony Lind. And that looks like we'll have a pitching change as well. That'll be the end of the day. 1/3 of an inning for Trent Patzel as we have a call to the bullpen by the Midland Warriors. The pitcher for Midland is number 37, Manny Barraza.
Barraza, junior right-hander, just 1 1/3 innings pitched so far this season. His ERA stands at 13.5.
So he'll get an opportunity to try to stem the tide in the bottom of the first inning. The Bruins, with 5 of the first 6 batters to come to the plate, reaching base. A walk, a line drive out, a home run, a hit by pitch, a single, and another hit by pitch. That's where we are thus far in the bottom of the first inning. Hey, one of the things that we like to do at the Bellevue Sports Network is invite you to be part of our broadcast. If you would like to send along a text message, please do so. We open that up to Bellevue fans and Midland fans. My number is 402-515-7654. I'll give that number a couple of times during the broadcast. And if you're listening in, families of players who can't get here for today's contest in person, listening online, again, that number is 402-515-7654. Again, you've got a doubleheader of Mick Krupski's behind the microphone this afternoon. So we'll have a runner for the Bruins for Anthony Lind. Jackson Polk will enter the game. He'll be the 8th runner at first for the Bruins.
Entering the room at first base is number 41, Jackson Polk. Now on the field for Midland, number 37, Manny Barraza.
Polk, a freshman from North Platte, Nebraska. He and Bellevue outfielder Jalen Ruffin hailing from North Platte. Also Derek Kuhlman, a three-man contingent from North Platte, about a 4-hour drive from the Omaha-Bellevue area. All right, back to the baseball action. The batter is shortstop Connor Boyd.
Now back to the room, the shortstop, number 4, Connor Boyd.
Here's the first pitch from Manny Barraza. Breaking ball through the zone for a called strike 1.
Yeah, Barraza kind of came off the mound a little strangely there. He's kind of shaking out his left leg like he took a weird step or caught a cleat. But first pitch strike, they'll take that. I think that's the first one of the game so far for Midland.
Boyd getting the start at shortstop today. That one's hit well to center field. Center fielder going back, still going back, just shy of the warning track. He'll make the catch there. The throw will come in, but not before the Bruins add another run. A sacrifice fly for Connor Boyd. A deep sacrifice fly. And the Bruins lead it by a score of 3-0.
Yeah, the park didn't have a whole lot left to contain that one. A well-struck ball and a productive out there for Boyd. He'll take the RBI.
Matter scores on the play. Caleb Williams advances to third. Jackson Polk stays at first, and the batter will be the designated hitter, Mason Spellacy. Spellacy, also an infielder by trade, has a lot of starts at shortstop this year. Kind of an interesting start to the stretch from Barraza, but he delivers in the zone for strike one.
Yeah, he's throwing strikes. It's an improvement on the first Midland University pitcher. Can't get outs if you don't throw strikes.
Words to live by on the baseball diamond. Spellacy hitting .311 on the year for the Bruins. Breaking ball stays up 1-1.
Spellacy hitting .311 on the year. Has started every game so far for the Bruins.
Barraza delivers. Runner goes. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Here comes the runner from third to throw offline, and the Bruins add another run, and now trying to get to third. So it's a merry-go-round on the bases. Caleb Williams scores. He'll get credit for a stolen base. Jackson Polk will get credit for a stolen base, and then he'll advance to third on the throw that got away from the catcher. Make it a 4-0 bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, Adam Muniz did not get a good grip on that ball at first. Double pumped and then kind of threw it high. Probably should have put that one in his back pocket.
Strike call, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Sure, Spellacy would love just a base hit here. Keep this inning alive. Another run for the Bruins.
That breaking ball misses low and away. The count goes full.
Another Bruin hitter right on the inside line of that batter's box, too. These guys getting right up on top of that plate, especially with 2 strikes. Make that zone look a little smaller to the Midland University pitchers.
Payoff pitch, bounces outside. So an 8-person first inning so far for the Bruins. Make it 9 now as Jalen Ruffin steps to the plate. The Bruins will have batted around in this opening frame.
Yeah, and Ruffin, not your normal 9-hitter. He's hitting .338 on the year with a .476 on-base percentage. So that's actually leads the team on base percentage for Ruffin. So somebody who can really turn this lineup back over.
Like a leadoff hitter batting out of the 9 spot as Barraza again goes to his twisting start of his set. That one's hit to center field, not quite as deep as the previous one hit by Boyd. Out there to collect it is the center fielder, Brody Boyle, and the side is retired. 4 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and runner left on base. After 1 complete inning of play, the Bellevue Bruins 4, the Midland Warriors nothing. Oh, 2 hits and some crazy base running for the Bruins in the bottom of the first inning. That gives Brady Baltus a nice 4-run cushion as he goes out for the top of the second inning. And it looks like we're going to have a substitution in right field for the Bruins. Riley Schrader will head out there to take the spot of Anthony Lynn, who was hit in the face in his first at-bat today. So 13, Riley Schrader now in right field for the Bruins.
Riley is a 6'1" junior out of La Vista, Nebraska. This will be his 10th game so far this year for the Bruins.
Oh, we don't have an update on Anthony. We hope he's going to be okay, but face of Brutus the Bruin staring up behind home plate at the brand new Renner Dennis outdoor athletic facility. The Renner family and the Dennis family contributors to the Bellevue University program over the years. So thank you for their support. And now new home fields for baseball, softball, and soccer.
There's another chair down there. I brought another one out. If you want that other
Here we go at the top of the second inning for the Midland Warriors, right fielder Owen Glover.
Leading off for Midland in the second, the right fielder, number 27, Owen Glover.
Hit well to left field. Aiden Macaris going back. Warning track, and it's just
gone.
over the top of the fence. A solo home run for Owen Glover. Puts the Midland Warriors on the board.
Glover, that'll be his 5th home run of the season. Took a fastball kind of middle in, turned on it, and sent it just over that left field fence. Macaris thought he had a beat on it and just barely did run out of room.
That was the old Harmon Killebrew sky-high home run just over the left field fence. Now 21 runs batted in on the year for Glover. Here's the 5-hole hitter, the DH, Amir Perez. Balta sends that one all the way to the backstop. One of the nice things at this new field compared to Brown Park. Brown Park, the backstop was like 45 feet behind home plate, so you got a lot of quick caroms coming back. This one's a much further distance. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball, 1-1 the count.
Man, nice little change of speeds there. Looked like a little slider maybe on the outside. Perez a little out ahead of it.
Perez, a .261 hitter on the year. Again, that one goes all the way back to the backstop.
Yeah, just yanked that one a little bit. Probably trying to maybe throw it a little too hard. That'll happen sometimes.
Warriors hitting .280 on the year as a team. Now 21 home runs after that solo shot by Owen Glover. Fouled out of play in the parking lot. Listen for breaking car windshield glass. Hopefully not mine. Head coach and Dwayne Mollix. New balls out to the home plate umpire, Sean Johnston. Don't know if that's the same plane doing touch and goes or 4 different airplanes have taken off from Offutt Air Force Base so far.
Ooh, he
Kind of a half-hearted swing on that slider from Brady Baltus. It's a strikeout, the first strikeout of the game for either pitcher.
Yeah, a little backdoor slider to a right-hander. You don't see that a lot. I don't think he needed to cover the inside corner. That late breaker just did get him. I think it was probably going to be a strike either way, but he sure did swing.
Next up for the Warriors, the shortstop, Hunter Spencer. Baltus, up and away.
Spencer comes in batting .276 on the season.
Bellevue Bruins members of the Frontier Conference this year after being members of the North Star Athletic Association the previous 9 years. That conference disbanded. Pitched low and away. 2-0 the count. A very familiar feel, however, in baseball. 5 of the North Star Athletic Association teams, along with newcomer Bismarck State, comprise the 6 members of the baseball part of the new conference. Chopper on the ground.
Play.
Here comes Held. Fields with the glove. The throw on the run. Right on the money. 5-3 on the play.
That's not an easy play, especially on this field turf. You're new field. You're probably a little unfamiliar with what kind of bounces you're going to get. That one a slow one, but it can bounce a little higher than you're expecting. Held gloved it. Last time, he had to make that long throw, a little shorter throw on the run. Tested him. Perfect throw across the base. Second out.
Had a chance to talk with Aiden Macaris before the game today. He said the Bruins have had 2 practices on the new field, so they're still in the process of getting used to it. Here's Anthony Martinez, the second Martinez in the Midland lineup. He's the third baseman.
Comes in batting .326 on the year, so nice average down here towards the bottom of the Midland order.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Just misses upstairs now, 2-0. Midland colors, navy blue and orange. They're the gray uniforms. Bellevue rocking the purple jerseys with white pants today. Fouled out of play, right side.
I know you're a fan of the stirrups Martinez rocking here.
Yeah. Takes me back to the 1970s when I was in high school and college. Two and one as Martinez awaits the next pitch. Just misses the inside corner.
I like that pitch, though. Moving, Martinez kind of inched his way towards the inside part of that plate, kind of just missed off the inside, but, giving him a little message that I own this part of the plate as well. Make him think about it. Really makes that slider away look a lot tougher as well.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one's lined into right center field. If it gets through, it's extra bases. It is. Martinez around first, on his way to second. He'll have a stand-up double with 2 outs here in the second inning.
Yeah, really nice piece of hitting there from Martinez. Got a fastball low and away. Just went with it to the right side into the gap. Standing on second base with no problem. And that's what happens when you get behind these hitters is you have to come with a strike on 3-1. And he got a pitch he could drive.
Next up for the Warriors, the catcher, Adam Muniz. Wearing my favorite number, number 7, in honor of Mickey Mantle back in the day.
Muniz, a .237 batter, gets on base at a .333 clip. The sophomore catcher.
Breaking ball just misses away.
That one didn't miss by a lot. It's a nice tight slider there from Baltus.
Yeah, Baltus has thrown a couple to the backstop, but all his other pitches have been in or around the strike zone. Baltus comes set, looks the runner back. That one's fouled, screaming a line drive over the top of the Bellevue dugouts.
Players go scattering, ducking down below the fence line there.
Kudos to whoever designed the dugouts here at the new fields. They're very spacious, they're wide, they're deep. And there's actually heaters in them as well for some of those cold, and air conditioning as well. So taking into account all the different weathers you're going to have here in Bellevue, Nebraska. Breaking ball. Thought about throwing to second base on the play, but nothing happening there. Now 2-1 count. Again, that text message number, if you'd like to send along your greetings this afternoon, it's 402-515-7654. We've got a bunch in the text already. All right, we'll get to those at the half inning. Baltus comes set. On the outside, Black. Strike call, 2-2. So Deuce is wild.
Really just painted the outside corner, as you said, with that one. Sets him up nicely for this 2-2 count here. I always like to go breaking ball on a 2-2 count.
There you go.
He's thrown that slider a lot. From what I've seen, mostly fastball slider. Had a changeup that I saw him throwing as well. I'm going slider low and away here.
You called it. Line drive right at the shortstop. Nice job by Connor Boyd to go down to one knee to spear that sinking line drive. 1 run in the inning on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base after 1.5. The Bellevue Bruins 4, the Midland Warriors 1. All right, let's get to some of these texts. Some of our longtime supporters knew the number already. Let's go Bruins. Get another W. Looking forward to watching Oak in person in Lewiston at the NAIA World Series. That comes from Grandpa. Grandpa, I'm a grandpa too. Thanks for joining us today on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Oak making a good impression in his first year at Bellevue. Go Bruins. Love the new field. Cody Buxbaum tuning in from sunny Arizona where it's a cool 91 degrees right now. All right, it's not too bad. We'll take the 60s, but 91, hey, that's baseball weather too. I'm going to need you to start writing me doctor's notes so I can miss work and watch some of these games in person. What? Heat and AC in the dugouts? What would Mickey Mantle say about that? That comes from Greg Hope.
Probably curse words.
Yeah. Greg, the father of volleyball player Dana Hope. Greg, a member of the Bruins 1995 National Championship baseball team. As we have a new pitcher for the Warriors, we'll get to some more texts here in just a moment.
New pitcher is senior right-hander Cody Kent on for his 4th appearance this season. In his 2 1/3 inning pitch, so far a 3.86 earned run average.
We mentioned earlier these midweek games, you often see a lot of pitchers, some short stints, so we may need to add some extra.
I'm going to my book
here. Yeah. So the third pitcher already of the day for Midland. We're just in the bottom of the second inning.
And from where we are, I can't see their bullpen. So these are all a surprise to me when they come trotting in.
And leading off the second, just like he led off the first, second base, Nick Gravel.
Walked to lead off the ball game.
First pitch from Cody Kent. Strike one on a fastball.
Yeah, working ahead here is Kent. Gravel might get a chance to swing the bat this time around.
Kent, another pitcher who works exclusively from the stretch, working on the first base side of the rubber. Might have been a changeup there as the bottom dropped out of that. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Kent's a senior right-hander, listed at 6'2". He is from Ridgecrest, California.
Timeout called as Adam Muniz, the catcher, goes out to talk with his pitcher. Probably make sure they're squared away on the correct signals they want to call. Second mound visit of the afternoon for Midland. Gravel patiently waits. On the outside, Black, a called strike.
Gravel agreed with that call. I don't think I did either.
Now he'll have to go into protect mode at the plate. Low and away, 2-2.
Gravel only struck out 7 times so far this year, so.
Little flare off the top of the bat, going to be a tough play. A spin on that, just got it into the hole between third and short.
Yeah, pool cue shot off the top of the bat there, spinning. Nobody even got a glove on it until it made its way all the way into left field.
That won't be the hardest ball that Nick has hit in his career, but he'll take it. It's a base hit.
Hey, when your on base is up over 470, you're going to have to get, not everyone's going to be a screamer. You're getting on base by any means necessary.
Next up for the Bruins, third baseman Oak Held.
Yeah, Held took a fastball and absolutely smashed it to left field, just directly at the left fielder, his first time up.
All right, Oak, let's get another hit here for your grandpa.
Well, first pitch breaking ball there for him as well.
The set at the belt, the hold, and now the pitch. Strike call on the inner half.
Yeah, good pitch on the inside corner there. I don't think Held was looking for anything there. Looking for something away, extend the arms and drive.
Head coach Dwayne Modlux occupying the third base coaching box. Assistant coach Richie Moore on the first base side. That one's hit in the hole with a little bit more authority. Back-to-back base hits almost in the same spot for the Bruins in this bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, huge hole on that left side with the shortstop garden for the double play ball there. Held takes advantage. Gets on base for Clairhout.
Back to the plate for the Bruins. He had the honor of getting the first hit and the first home run here at the new Renner Dennis Sports Complex. That 2-run shot in the first inning, his 9th of the year.
Yeah, shot's the right word. That plane was lucky it wasn't flying by when he hit that ball.
Here's the pitch. Foul out of play off the end of the bat.
Way out ahead of that one there.
Carter does not get cheated when he gets his swings.
No, that was a big hack. Yeah, he was aiming for another one to send out there by the out to the cornfield beyond right center field.
Carter, a senior from Red Deer, Alberta, his first year in the Bellevue program after transferring in. And the step off.
Yep. I don't think the pitcher Cody Kent was ready for it, just did a disengagement there. Can't sell your shortstop out when he's all the way on the base, but Gravel wasn't too far off, so I don't know what kind of play they had on there.
Now another visit between pitcher and catcher with runners at second base. They can look in and get the signals if you're flashing them, so they're going to go to multiples or some other specialty. Third mound visit already of the game. Up and away on that fastball, 1-1 the count on Carter Clairhout. Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. We have several Canadian provinces represented. Besides Alberta, we've got Newfoundland, Quebec, Saskatchewan, British Columbia. Fouled straight back.
I was one to drive there, too. I think that was a changeup that got left up. Claire Howe put another, like you said, big hack at it. Straight back with some authority.
1-2 on Carter. Bruin dugout making some noise to support the guys on the field. Fouled out a pitch to spoil over to the soccer field, which is directly behind the third base dugout.
And for somebody with such a big, long swing, Claire Howe only 16 strikeouts on the year, so not a guy that gets put away easily. Why you see him in that 3-hole.
Kent comes set. Bounce. Nice job behind the plate by Muniz to block that one up.
Evens up the count here. I don't think we've seen Kent throw a breaking ball for a strike yet. The more pitches Claire Howe sees, the more he's getting comfortable in that box.
Long look in for the signal. Now the pitch. That's hit in the air to left center field. Left fielder giving chase. He'll throw a dive, but he won't be able to get there. And it bounces over the fence, so a ground rule double. So the Bruins will have one run cross the plate in the person of Nick Gravel. O'Keld will advance to third, and Carter Clarehow will stop at second with the RBI double. It's now a 5-1 ball game.
I didn't think that one was going to find some space out there in left center field, but just enough to get past the dive of the Midland left fielder. Full extension, hat came off and everything, and just did miss that ball as it bounced over the big tall fence out there.
Here's left fielder Aiden Macris by a pitch. First time up, fastball away. 324 with 17 home runs last year. Started his college career at Louisiana State University, Eunice. Swing and miss at a breaking ball there.
Yeah, that was one he wants back. That was hanging at the top of the zone. He swung right underneath it, trying to regain that team lead in home runs.
Fouled back. Macaris with 34 runs batted in on the year. He'd like to collect 35 and 36, maybe 37 as well at this at-bat.
Yep, 9 home runs, batting .359 so far on this season. So building upon his strong season from last year.
Lays off the high fastball there.
Good waist pitch there, though, from Kent, especially if you want to come back with something lower in the zone. That we've seen a changeup and a breaking ball from him.
2-2 the count. 2 on for the Bruins. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Bruins 4 in the first, 1 so far here in the second. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball. And the strikeout, the first out of the inning, the first strikeout of the game for a new pitcher, Cody Kent.
Yep, did come back with this with the looked like a bit of a sweeper there. Didn't get it as low as he wanted to, but coming off that high fastball, changed the hitter's eye line. Macra swung right through it.
Bruin catcher Dylan Holmes at the plate. Holmes with 23 runs batted in on the year. Chop foul beyond the third base coaching box. Dwayne Mollix gave it a wave and thought better of trying to catch that one. Dylan with 6 doubles and 5 home runs. Pretty good production with only 75 at-bats on the year so far. Upstairs, 1-1. Cody Kent looks in. Hit in the air to left field. Left fielder looking and watching it go over the fence. A 3-run home run for Dylan Holmes. And the Bruins showing some power this afternoon.
And left fielder took a courtesy look at that one and then just kind of turned around and watched that one sail well over that left field fence.
For Dylan Holmes, 6 home runs on the year and 26 runs batted in. Power displays by the home team. They're liking the new field.
Mm-hmm.
8-1 our score with that 3-run home run. The next batter, right fielder Riley Schrader. First pitch swinging, strike one.
Schrader comes into the game batting 176. This is his 10th appearance on the season.
And he's not triskaidekaphobic as he wears the number 13 on his jersey.
Did you look that one up? Just in time?
In my free time, I look up Slavic words. That one bounces away, 1-1 to count. That's my standard line for somebody who wears 13, just as like my Mickey Mantle reference is for somebody who wears 7. Schrader back in. Breaking ball, fouled right side. First baseman over, giving chase, but he'll run out of room. Jimmy Martinez went to the fence, but couldn't get any further than that. Fouled the other way, left side. Not a play.
Battling tough. Took an outside pitch, foul to right, an inside pitch, foul to left. Schrader doing a good job of battling here. 18th at bat of the season for Riley Schrader with 3 hits so far, looking for a 4th.
That one bounces to the plate.
Off the face mask of the catcher there.
That stayed in front of the ball.
Yeah.
Now 2-2 the count on Schrader. With the home runs by Clairhout and Holmes, the Bruins now 44 home runs on the year. Not bad for 25, now 26 games. And we're going to add another one to that. That one is
Over the light tower.
gone. Light tower height. Riley Schrader showing some power as he circles the bases.
The dugout loving that one as well. Left fielder did not move an inch on that ball. That was absolutely hammered to left field.
Bruin dugout jumping to support Riley Schrader as 3 monstrous home runs by the Bruins thus far today, making a 9-1 score.
The boys loving it. His first home run of the year.
Connor Boyd, the next Bellevue batter, the Bruins shortstop.
I'd say somebody should go get that ball for him, but it might take a while. That was hit so far.
That had some distance, fouled straight back.
Celebratory plane flyby after the home run. Boyd did not
Our score.
Boyd didn't miss a homer his first at bat.
Yep.
By a much. Sac fly to deep field.
390 to straightaway center. He hit it probably 380 some. The sunshine breaks through our cloud cover. That one's hit well to right field. Right fielder giving chase. And on the run, nice job out there by Owen Glover to cover some territory and take a hit away from Connor Boyd.
That was a nice play by Glover. I thought that was finding a gap, and Boyd was having extra bases, but not to be. Good break on that ball.
Designated hitter Mason Spellacy. He walked his first time up today. First year in the Bellevue program for Mason.
Comes in batting .311. That remains unchanged after his first inning walk as he swings through a high fastball.
Spellacy from Hood River, Oregon. A very beautiful spot on the Columbia River Valley. Line drive to the shortstop, who will glove it. Covering some territory, Hunter Spencer to flag that one down. The Bruins sent 9 to the plate in the first. They send 8 to the plate in the second. They pick up 5 more runs on 5 hits, including 2 home runs. No errors and nobody left on base. After 2 complete, it's the Bellevue Bruins 9, the Midland Warriors 1. University will set up the 8-9-1 order to start the top of the 3rd inning, trailing by 8 runs as the Bruins have been hitting the ball pretty darn hard this afternoon. Hey, let's get to a couple more texts here before we get to the 3rd. Congratulations to Carter Clarehout for his home run from his grandparents listening in Red Deer, Alberta. Thanks for joining us today. My wife and I were on vacation in Alberta back in September, Banff National Park in the area. Didn't quite make it to Red Deer, though. We know where it is on the map. All right. Something is wrong with my mic. It is crackling intermittently, although my son's is working fine. Miles? Can you check that, please? Miles and James working on the broadcast.
Just need yours for now. You want to swap just so that he can he's main.
Okay. Put it in the middle. We can. All right. We have the same name, so we can share the same microphone here. Starting off the top of the 3rd inning, left fielder Chase Bogus will start things off. First pitch from Brady Baltus is strike called. Outside, 1-1. You're fine.
Now batting the center fielder, number 1, Brody Boyle.
The producer for getting us back on the air. He's going to work on that crackling microphone. 1-1 the count on leadoff hitter Brody Boyle. Shows bunt, puts it down at the 3rd base line. Baltus off the mound, grabs it, throws it, picked. Ooh, a safe call at first base. It'll be a bunt single for Brody Boyle. Nice job by Baltus to get off the mound quickly, but his throw just a little bit tardy. Good pick also by Carter at first base.
Yeah, really nice pick at first base there. I thought they got him by about a half step, but umpire crew disagreed.
Umpires are never wrong. No. Mm-hmm. 1 on, 1 out. The batter, the second baseman, Dax Wandler. Up the middle.
Should be 2.
Fielded by Gravel. Flips at second. They say safe. Nobody was on the base. The out at first base. Gravel flipped it over to Boyd, but Boyd was not on the base. Just kind of didn't know if Gravel was going to take it himself or flip to the shortstop. By the time he got it to the shortstop, he was already across the base. So
yeah, Gravel flipped it with his glove all in one motion. I don't think Boyd, as you said, was fully ready. Kind of bobbled it as he came across the base. Don't think he had full control until he was a good 2 steps past it.
Boyle safe at second. The next batter, Jimmy Martinez, first baseman. First pitch, foul back. Arams back off the screen.
Martinez, a double play victim, his first time up. Ground ball to second base.
Middle infielders getting some work in the early innings today. Foul tipped at the plate.
In and out of the catcher's mitt there. Yeah, Balta's done a really good job keeping the ball, except for the one long ball. Really, he's kept the ball on the ground very well. He's worked ahead in counts very well, as he's 0-2 here to Martinez. I'm sure Coach Monluck's very happy with this performance so far.
A couple of runners have been in scoring position for Midland, but only one across the plate, as you said, on that summer home run.
And when your team's giving you a big lead like this, especially early in the game, all your coaching staff wants you to do is work ahead, throw strikes, work quickly. I mean, your bats are doing everything that you need out of them. The last thing they want you to do is walk guys, get behind in counts, take forever. Balta's done a very, very good job.
Tries to check his swing. And now the appeal of the base. There's no swing.
Very good pitch, though. That didn't even miss by much. That little slider low and into the left-handed batting Martinez.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Martinez. Junior from Porterville, California. The throw to second base, kind of a, we'll just go through and follow the motion there.
Don't see that to second a ton, you know. The just kind of keep you honest.
Just letting you know we're thinking about you there. Now the focus back to the plate. Ground ball on the plate. Hit off his foot. No signal from the umpire. Now we'll pick it up. Toss it to first.
Yeah, Martinez slipped trying to get out of the box, so no play really even close at first base.
Well, the midfielders involved in all 3 of the outs in this inning. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. And 1 man left on base. After 2.5, the Bruins 9 and the Warriors 1. All right, again, that text message number if you want to join us this afternoon, 402-515-7654. All right, Miles just informed us that the crackling will probably have to be there for the rest of the game. Unfortunately, there's something not in the mic itself, but in the connection. So they'll get that worked on, hopefully, before this weekend's 4-game set against Valley City State. So we apologize for that, but we'll keep going as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Another pitcher for the Midland Warriors. 6, Travis Webster, a freshman out of Sydney, Australia. He's come a long way to play baseball. Travis Webster becomes the 4th pitcher of the game for Midland.
And this appears to be the first outing of the year for Travis. No stats in the Midland stat book, so first appearance of his collegiate career.
And he will face the Bruins center fielder, Jalen Ruffin. Ruffin flew out to center field, his first at-bat today. First pitch on the outside edge, strike 1 called. Jalen players from North Platte, Nebraska, where former Bellevue player Ricky Holm is the head coach of the high school squad. The second Bruin to get hit in the head today. That one more of a glancing blow off of Jalen's helmet.
And I do apologize, not Webster's first appearance in his career. This is actually his 6th appearance. Comes in with a 4.09 ERA.
Bruins back to the top of the order. Second baseman, Nick Gravel. A walk and a single and a run scored thus far at the plate. That one's hit to center field. Center fielder comes on, fakes the catch, and runs one half bounce in front of him. So the second hit of the afternoon for Gravel.
Nice job just dumping that one into center field by Gravel. Also a pretty nice deke out there in center by Boyle. Kept running at second base. Didn't even try to advance to third.
The first 2 guys on. And that steps to the plate. Third baseman, Oak held.
Yeah, get into a dangerous part of this Bruin lineup here, too, with Held, Clairhout, and Macris looming.
That pitch comes upstairs. 1 ball on Held. Held started his college career, played 2 years at Big Bend Community College in Washington. Hit over 300 during his time there. And a balk is called on pitcher Travis Webster. That'll move base runners up 90 feet. Almost had my first bug kill of the season. Webster will step off the rubber. Webster looks in, gets the signal, and delivers. And that's going to be another balk as he stopped halfway through his windup. I don't understand what happened there, but
yeah, that one I didn't quite.
And now the umpires will have a conference to see if the balk call stands, but I don't know what happened there. Just Webster does not look comfortable out of the mound. 2 balks. So Jalen Ruffin scores on the play to make it a 10-1 game. Gravel advancing to third. Don't get a run batted in on a balk call, so Held still has an opportunity here. Hits the ball well down the right field line, right near the line. Right fielder giving chase, and he'll make the catch on the line. The throw to home plate is not in time. And so Oak Held will get credit for a sacrifice fly. Run batted in as Nick Gravel slides across home plate to make it an 11-1 score.
Pretty nice play out there by the right fielder Glover as well. That ball would have landed in fair territory, made the catch, good throw. Ball came out of the catcher's glove on the tag, but did everything he could.
Carter Clairhout back to the plate for the Bruins. Yeah, that's one of those places an outfielder, you're trying to decide if it's going to be fair or foul. If it's going to be foul, you might want to let it drop so it doesn't turn into a sacrifice fly.
Exactly.
Clairhout launches one to center field to the warning track, and again, the Bruins a couple of feet short of another home run. Brody Boyle did a great job getting back to the fence, and he makes the catch there about 385 feet away from home plate.
Yeah, good thing Boyle was playing Clairhout pretty deep to begin with, because that was a hit on a line, and he caught that. That ball probably would have hit about halfway up the fence on the fly. Really nice play out there. Clairhout really put a charge into another one.
He stung the ball 3 times. Aiden Macris hits it into the hole. The backhand play by shortstop Anthony Martinez is not in time. Or Hunter Spencer, the shortstop, not in time as Aiden Macris, a big guy with some good speed, gets down the line for an infield single.
Yeah. Another close play at first, almost a carbon copy there. Nice pick by the first baseman, but just not quite in time. Saw that similar play from the Bruins defense in the last half inning.
Don't know if you can see it on your video screen or not, but this new field has the double first base, so base runners running down the line can step on the green base in foul territory. That's designed to try to prevent collisions between the runner and the first baseman. First pitch swinging. Dylan Holmes pops it up on the infield. Second baseman Dax Wandler will make the catch, and the side is retired. The Bruins pick up 2 more runs in the inning on 2 hits. No errors and 1 man left on base. 3 innings in this 9-inning contest in the books. The Bruins up by a score of 11-1. All right, the Bellevue Bruins will go to the bullpen as well. The new pitcher is number 33, Garrett White.
Garrett White is a junior left-hander from Omaha, Nebraska. A 6.86 ERA on the season. This will be his 9th appearance.
Garrett played his high school ball at Ralston High School. Started his college career at Southeast Community College in Beatrice. He played 2 years there.
And he started 3 games so far this year for the Bruins. He's thrown just under 20 innings on the season.
In his JUCO career, he was 7-1, a 2.48 earned run average. So good stats coming before Bellevue. He's hoping to continue his success here.
Yeah, big, tall left-hander here. 6'6" listed on the roster.
$11 runs on 9 hits and 1 error for the home team Bruins through the first 3 innings. 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error for Midland. As we head to the top of the 4th inning, it's the 4-hole hitter, right fielder Owen Glover, who launched a solo home run his first time up today. The only run on the board thus far from Midland. First pitch from Garrett White. Chop foul at the plate. Again, a little bit of the sunshine peeking through the overcast. Right now, center field, a little bit of the sun field. As the day progresses, it'll move over to make right field the sun field. Swing and a miss at that changeup. 0-2 the count. White working ahead.
Yep, working nicely. Seen 2 of his 3 pitches so far already in the first 2 he's thrown.
Glover hits the ball to the right side. Schrader, the right fielder, taking a couple of steps back. He'll have plenty of room. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. Glover, another one of those Australian guys on the roster for Midland. Travis Webster and Owen Glover, both hailing from Sydney. Here's the 5-hole hitter, the DH, Amir Perez. Fouled out of play. Nothing but strikes thus far from Garrett White. 4 pitches, 4 of them in the strike zone.
I'm sure Coach Monlux loves to see that as well.
White taking a stroll behind the mound. Home plate umpire wants to get him the baseball, but he's not paying any attention. So the umpire will just simply walk it out to him. I don't know if Garrett may have hurt himself on that last pitch, and now the home plate umpire is going to call out the coaching staff and maybe the training staff. Not quite sure what may have happened. May have strained an arm or a leg muscle.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be favoring anything. Just looking at his left hand. That's not what you like to see from a left-handed pitcher. Perhaps a blister issue.
Yeah, you're right, Mickey. He's working at his left forearm and wrist area.
Oh, that's
Bruins
even
have
worse.
already lost Anthony Lynn today after being hit in the face with a pitch, and that looks like a 4-pitch outing for Garrett White. He'll head to the bench and get some attention. And the Bruins will have to have an emergency call to the bullpen, so whoever comes in will have all the time he needs to get warmed up, not the regulation 8 warm-up pitches.
Yeah, hopefully Garrett okay. You hate to see that. 4 pitches look to be pretty comfortable, working pretty well, and don't want to speculate anything, but you hate when forearm, wrist area is involved.
Has to be frustrating. You know, that's why he wasn't paying attention to home plate umpire, because he was in pain. This new facility, including obviously the main baseball field here, which you can see, nice dugouts on either side. There's batting cages and pitching areas as well. Eventually a restroom facility will be built. Some other amenities, still some more concrete work yet to be finished up here. Obviously not something the Bruins were expecting to happen. Brady Baltus went the first 3 for the Bruins, only allowing 1 run on 3 hits before Garrett White came on, and now he'll be replaced by
Jackson
someone we'll
Polk
find
is
out soon.
throwing in the Bruin pen currently. Who has not thrown this year and is listed as an infielder. As we see the current infielders taking turns pretending like they're going to be the next pitcher.
Getting up there on the mound. So if you can see on your video screen, right in front of the Bruin dugout in the green part of the field turf, there's a blob on the field. Basically, it's a woolly mammoth. Mammoth Construction Company, one of the crews involved with putting this field together. So for whatever reason, they get to have a mammoth on the field, on the softball. I wondered all softball game last week what that was, and somebody finally told me it's the name of the construction company. So hey, Ed. Seriously? We get a 10-year warranty on the field turf by having the construction company logo on the field. Bill Mullins, Associate Sports Information Guy. I'm believing it because he only tells me the truth. Okay, Ed Lahotek, athletic director. Hey, Ed, we have some space to fill. Come on down and talk to us. Laura Jurek, former Bellevue basketball player, now administrative assistant as well here. Miles and James down the other end. We've got a party going on. A nice new press box here. We're giving you kudos. All right, while we wait for the new pitcher to become available, we're joined by Bellevue Athletic Director Ed Lahotek. Pull that a little closer. There we go.
Good afternoon.
Ed, how long have you been the AD here now?
This is my 18th year.
Former softball coach for Bellevue University, 18 years at the athletic director. And tell us kind of how this whole complex came about, if you would.
Well, it's kind of a complicated story, but to make a long story short, in conjunction with the city of Bellevue, we did kind of a property swap. There's some property we owned that they wanted, and they wanted to swap this for that, and it worked out that this is big enough. We can do a baseball, softball, soccer field, a locker room, etc. So it's worked out really, really well. The city's happy. We're happy. Couldn't ask for more. And for the first time, we have our own facilities. We can practice when we want to. We can play when we want, and we don't have to be beholden to anyone. Don't have to get off the field at any given time. It's just ideal.
All 3 of those programs, soccer, softball, and baseball, they've kind of wandered all around the Omaha metro area over the last many years trying to find a place to play, sharing sometimes with high schools, sometimes city facilities. And so it's just nice to have this new facility here at home.
You are right, because we have been all over the place. Soccer's been Hayworth Park, then Tranquility Park, and then Preparing Landing. Baseball was out at 84th Street. They were at Roddy for a while in the very beginning. Now they're at Brown Park. finally they got a home. Softball started at Baldwin, went to Hayworth. We're down here when they had these Hall of Fame fields. Then at Omaha, and then at Lead Center for a while.
Yep.
Omaha South now, and now home, finally.
We've got this great new facility here. What other things are going on in the Bellevue Athletic Department that we might know of in the upcoming year or two?
Well, probably, obviously we have the new field house that we moved into a year ago. That was pretty cool. We're adding men and women's wrestling for this upcoming academic year. And so that'll give us 14 full sports. And, we're kind of looking at track and field eventually. We have cross country and long distance running right now. But we're looking at adding some sprinters and eventually getting to where we do full track and field.
Now members of the Frontier Conference, how has that adjustment to the new conference gone? A lot of new competition in the state of Montana as part of that.
It's been okay. I mean, volleyball did quite well in the conference. Basketball, the men's basketball team did really well. They finished second. They made the Sweet 16 and the NAIA Sweet 16. The travel has been challenging. We have to fly our teams out there to play and then rent buses. So, but it's working out okay. We're getting used to it. So, and then they have to come our way, also. So, the travel's not ideal, but it's good competition. It's a solid conference. It's not going anywhere. We've had bad luck with our conferences, so this one looks to be pretty permanent for a while.
None of the Montana schools currently play baseball. Are they going to be adding them over the next couple of years, or is that something that's just going to stay as is?
That's up in the air. They've talked about it, but I think they really want to add wrestling and then soccer also. We need some soccer teams, and we have to go independent in soccer. The wrestling will be independent. Our wrestling team will actually be in the Heart of America as an affiliate when we start this year. So, but baseball out there, it's Montana State. I think it is a Division II is the only college with baseball out there.
I know Montana added some high school baseball a couple of years back. A couple of our Bellevue players had parents who had younger sons who were playing out there. So who knows? Not exactly the ideal spot you want to play baseball in March and April maybe, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so it'll be okay.
All right, Ed, thanks for joining us.
Okay,
appreciate it. The new Bellevue pitcher is freshman Jackson Polk. Jackson comes in relief of Garrett White, who injured himself. Polk now becoming the third pitcher of the game for the Bruins.
Yeah, no stats listed for
first pitch in the college pitching career of Jackson Polk, a fastball for a called strike one on the outer half.
He has 9 appearances so far as a utility infielder. None on the mound yet this year. Good zip on that fastball, though. Showed a nice little breaking ball as well.
1-1 now the count. Polk, 5'11" freshman out of North Platte. We mentioned North Platte a lot today already. Breaking ball hit out of play. Off the bat of designated hitter Amir Perez. Count remains at 1-2. It was an 0-1 count on Perez when White got injured.
There is
so
one
the
out
count
in the inning as well.
Count remains as he had. That one's hit well to left center field. Jalen Ruffin giving chase along the warning track, and on the run, Jalen covers a lot of territory out there and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. The ball seems to travel pretty well here at the new complex.
Yeah, Ruffin covered a ton of ground to make that catch, too. He was on the left field side of the 372 sign out there in left center, so a long run. He's still not all the way back to his position yet. Really helping out his new pitcher.
So a fly ball to right, fly ball to center. Now the batter's shortstop, Hunter Spencer. Let's see if he can fly it to left. Keep the symmetry of the inning going. First pitch, top of the zone, strike one called.
Ground out victim his first time up, but to the left side.
Got a chance. Breaking ball just misses, 1-1.
Not sure where that, man. Really nice looking little breaking
good
ball
movement
there from Polk. Yeah. Better breaking ball than I expected from someone not listed as a pitcher on the roster.
Jackson must have pitched some in high school. That one's hit to left field. Aiden Macaris going back, and he can't make the catch. Up against the wall. There goes the symmetry of the inning as Hunter Spencer with a double to left field keeps the inning alive.
Hard hit ball. Macaris just ran out of room a little bit there. Smacked hard off the about the bottom third of that wall out and left.
Another one of the nice things of this new field, the outfield wall is completely padded from corner to corner, so you're not running into chain link fence. You're running into a couple of inches of some sort of padding out there. Here's third baseman Anthony Martinez. First pitch from Polk, strike on the fastball.
Yeah, Martinez hitting in the 7-hole, but is the leading hitter out of the regulars for Midland University, and a double his first time up.
Polk comes set at the letters, looks the runner back, now throws there. Nice location on that throw, right where Nick Gravel could handle it and slap the tag, but Spencer got back just in time.
Yeah, really nice pick play there. Gravel broke late Polk. Nice quick turn and throw. Looking like an athlete on the mound.
Another breaking ball. That one just a little bit down.
I'm really impressed with his breaking ball. It's got nice, sharp, late break on it. A little bit of a sweeper. Not that true 12-6, but not that short slider either.
Here's the 1-1 to short. Glove there and across the diamond on a nice play by Connor Boyd to retire the side. No runs on one hit. There were no errors and one man left on base after 3.5. The Bellevue Bruins 11, the Midland Warriors 1. Ed Lahotek mentioned that the Bellevue men's basketball squad had a very good season, finishing in second place in the 12-team Frontier Conference, advancing to the NAIA National Quarterfinals in Kansas City. Some of the members of the Bellevue men's squad here. We've seen some of the softball squad. We've seen a couple of soccer players as well, so supporting the athletes of many different sports. And guess what, Mick? A new pitcher for Midland, a new pitcher every inning. Number 24, Jeffrey Allen is the new pitcher.
Jeffrey Allen, a senior 5'10" right-hander out of Stockton, California, making his 5th appearance on the season in 4 1/3 inning pitch so far, a 2.08 ERA.
So he will get his 8 warm-up tosses, and we'll get back to the action. Looks like the skies are clearing more and more as the day goes on. That'll add a few more degrees to our temperature.
It feels lovely out there. Took a step out while you were talking to Ed. Beautiful baseball weather for March in Nebraska.
Once again, we apologize for our microphones. We're having a static cutting in and out issue. We won't be able to get that fixed until hopefully the next game, so we apologize for that. One more text in the queue, a little Eastern Washington geography lesson. Oak Hill's hometown, Pullman, is only 7 miles from the Idaho state line and 20 miles from Lewiston, Idaho, which is the home of the NAIA World Series. Bellevue has been there several times, hoping to go once again. Bellevue currently rated number 4 in the NAIE in the latest coaches poll. Here's Riley Schrader to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning.
The home run hitter, Riley Schrader.
Came on in relief when Anthony Lynn was hit in the face with a pitch. Promptly deposited a ball over 400 feet over that left field fence. Has a good swing at that one. Fouled it back.
An absolute moonshot out there to left field.
Sure. Lucas Gabriel, the men's basketball coach, also joining us this afternoon. We'll try to get him up here behind the mic. Hopefully nobody will have to get injured before we have another opportunity for that. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on the Bruin right fielder. Allen comes set at the letters and delivers. Pitch just a little bit low.
Good pitch there, though, right down below the bottom of the zone. Try to get Schrader to chase something. Wisely laid off, and I believe it was a 2-2 count, his last at-bat when he hit his home run.
Let's see if we have a little deja vu. Nope. Strike called, strike 3, first out of the inning as Schrader is caught looking. Shortstop Connor Boyd steps in. Boyd, a sacrifice fly his first time up and a fly out his second trip, looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Bruins have 9 hits on the game. Breaking ball sweeps wide as Allen loses his footing on the mound.
Yeah, Boyd, the only Bruin yet to be on base. Sure, he would like to change that. Otherwise, he's probably going to hear about it from his teammates back in the dugout.
Another breaking ball. Stays low, 2-0. Well, Boyd could be very selective here ahead in the count, 2-0.
Something he's done a good job of this year. He has 6 walks he's taken so far in just his 18th game played.
Muniz, the catcher, presents a very low target. He's right on the ground. That one off the shortstop's glove. It'll be an infield single for Connor Boyd.
Yeah, nice
so you helped him with that, the reverse announcer's jinx. So he becomes the base runner here with 1 out in the 4th.
Yeah, did a good job just taking that pitch right back through the box. Hit it well. Really good effort there from Hunter Spencer at short. Throwing a dive at it, but even if he gloves that one, I don't think he's getting Boyd hustling down the line.
Here's Mason Spellacy. Bruin DH this afternoon. Breaking ball, strike 1 called. The new complex also a lighted baseball field. Won't need him today, but new LED lighting rings the field. Another one right back up the middle. Spencer, the shortstop, steps on the bag at second and completes the double play. 6 unassisted to retire Boyd's retire Boyd, and then Spellacy retired 6-3 to complete the double play. So the middle infielders on both squads getting some work today, showing off the leather. Coach, want to sit down and talk a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Mickey will have you scooch out of there. Yeah. No. No, it's not the PA, so.
All right.
There we go. We're joined now by Bellevue's men's basketball coach, Lucas Gabriel.
How's it going, Mick?
Doing well. Congratulations on a very successful season for you. What was your final record overall?
We were 24-8, finished the year as 24-8, and then region champions and Sweet 16 appearance in the national tournament.
And if you could have only gotten Rocky Mountain College off the schedule, you'd have 3 fewer losses, right?
Yeah, those guys kind of had our number, unfortunately, but all 3 games are a game, but we lost by about a possession, and we just needed one more play to get by, and we just couldn't do it.
Top of the fifth inning for Midland. Catcher Adam Muniz Jr. leads it off as we're talking with Bellevue men's basketball coach Lucas Gabriel. A great turnaround season for you as the flare on the infield. Carter Clairhout on the run and just a little bit short of the catch in foul territory. Just another half a step and he would have gloved it with a big first baseman mid, as it is just a strike on the batter Muniz. What were some of the highlights of this year for you as you made it all the way to the NAIA National Tournament in Kansas City last week?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think we had our best start to a season since 2007 or something like that. And so, I mean, best start in almost 20 years, and that was obviously a highlight. We picked up multiple ranked wins. I think the win at Carroll when they were ranked 15th in the country, beating Montana Tech twice, and they were ranked both times, I believe. And then, of course, you know, getting to the national tournament and cutting down nets, winning our region of the national tournament was pretty special. It's the first time we've done that in school history. So I think anytime you can win over 20 games, cut down nets for a championship, and make it to a Sweet 16, you know, you say that you did some good things.
Pretty darn exciting year. Muniz goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. The next batter, left fielder Chase Bogus. Jackson Polk back for his second inning of relief work for the Bruins. That one down low. 2-0 the count on the Warrior left fielder. You had a lot of great talent this year, a very senior-laden squad. Talk about some of those guys that were the biggest contributors, not only just scoring points, but also helping the team come together as a team.
For sure, you know, we had in our program we have 18 guys total with red shirts and everybody. 8 of them were seniors, and 4 of those seniors made all league honors. Obviously a lot to replace now, and you know, I think some people will think that we're looking at a rebuilding year, losing that much production, but. We like our guys that are coming back, and we feel really good about some of the guys that were redshirting. So we're excited to try to turn this thing around and do it again next year.
Breaking ball, chop foul at the plate.
But, you know, talking about the seniors, I mean, R.J. Smith is all league, as good as any post player in our league. Jalen Phillips, who had 22 points in our region championship, obviously is going to be tough to replace. Another all-league player. I believe he was MVP of the region tournament. And J.J. Montgomery, he might be the best story. I mean, nobody even really recruited J.J. out of junior college, and comes here and he's a 50% three-point shooter, all-league player, and defensive player of the year. You know, I mean, just a overachiever, and just kept on working, kept getting better. So, you know, it'll be hard to replace those guys, but it's what every program deals with in the country. You get these guys in, you graduate them, and then you recruit the next guy, and you do it again.
Bogus grounds out to second baseman Nick Ravel for the second out of the inning. The Warriors back to the top of the order. Center fielder Brody Boyle. Nice to play in a new barn there on campus, huh?
Absolutely. The gym's obviously really special, and as is this field I'm looking at. I mean, this is the most beautiful baseball field I've ever seen in my life, I think. You know, so.
Kudos to all the people who came together to increase the Bellevue athletic presence with the new field house, the new baseball, softball, and soccer complex here as well. So a lot of people working behind the scenes made that happen.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the upgraded facilities overall. It's our basketball gym, it's the weight room, it's the auxiliary gym, it's this new baseball field, our new softball field, the soccer field. So I would say completely, yeah, it's nice for us to have our new gym. I think it's nice for baseball to have this new field and these new dugouts. I mean, it's the facilities now at the NAIA, and I would say even compared to any Division II program. I mean, shoot, I played Division I in college. I would say these facilities are second to none.
Swing and a miss by Boyle. Count goes to 3 balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Again, Polk comes set and delivers the payoff pitch. Popped up on the infield. Should have room for somebody to make a play. Third baseman Oak Held calls for it and makes the catch right on the foul line. 3 up, 3 down, top of the 5th inning. Score remains Bellevue 11, and Midland 1. When do you begin now in earnest to start getting ready for the 26-27 season?
Well, we've already started. So we're recruiting right now. You know, I'm spending. I just got off recruiting calls right before I came in this booth. So we're recruiting and trying to replace guys that we've lost on our roster right away. Our guys that are here, our returners, they'll take about 3 weeks off, and then we'll start lifting as a team again and start our preparation for next season. But we'll give them a little time, and they'll just be focused on their academics here for the next 3 weeks and kind of getting caught up with all the school they missed from the postseason run we had. But you know, really from a coaching staff standpoint, you know, we've already began our. It never really stops for us, man. We just kind of keep going. It's
24/7, 12 months out of the year.
Yeah, so we're working right now.
All right. Well, Coach, we'll let you go and enjoy the sunshine and enjoy the beautiful ball game. Congratulations again on the very successful season.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Men's basketball coach Lucas Gabriel joining us on the broadcast today. Thanks again to him and all of his crew for all the things that they did for Bellevue basketball and the school this past year. Hey, it's time for another new pitcher for the Midland Warriors. This time it's number 15, Cooper Colhane will come on. Cooper Colhane, a 5'10 sophomore from Lincoln, Nebraska, will take to the mound for the Warriors, and he'll be looking at the 9-1-2 part of the Bellevue order.
And this will be Cooper's 9th appearance on the season in 12 1/3 innings pitched. He is 1-2 with a 6.57 earned run average.
All right. First it was Ed, then it was Lucas, keeping that seat warm for you. Mick Krupski joining me once again. A Mick Krupski doubleheader behind the microphones for you this afternoon. Jalen Ruffin steps in. Ruffin a fly out and a hit by pitch in his 2 at-bats today. Curveball from Colhane in the zone.
And an excellent catch out in center field 2 innings ago.
Hit hard, but right at the shortstop. Hunter Spencer makes the catch. A close play at first. Jalen hustling down the line.
Ruffin can really scoot. He made that routine ground ball a pretty close play over there. I don't think Spencer was expecting that much speed out of the box. Hadn't seen Ruffin run yet. Just a hit by pitch and a fly out.
So 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bruins up by 10 runs. 9-inning scheduled contest. The 10-run rule would come into effect after 7. Top of the order for the Bruins. 4th time to the plate today for Nick Gravel. A couple of hits and a walk. He's been on base every single time thus far.
And scored every time thus far as well. Been the perfect leadoff man for the Bruins.
Popped out of play. Again, that text message number, if you want to join us, 402-515-7654. Thanks to all the folks who've sent in their greetings so far today, Bellevue fans and Midland fans. If you want to send along your greetings. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. Halifax, Nova Scotia, the home. Eastern part of Canada, opposite field, and that's going to drop down for a base hit. A perfect 4 times up, 4 times on day for Nick Gravel.
Yeah, just kind of served that outside fastball into left field, dropped it in nicely in front of the Midland left fielder, and sets the table once more, even with 1 out here for the Bruins.
Okeld, number 3 on his back, matching his 3rd base position. Actually, could be 5, I guess, but he hits it. The solid line drive, single to left field. So back-to-back base hits for the top of the order for the Bruins.
He's got to love hitting that 2-hole. He's almost always hitting with somebody on base with Ravel in front of him, and then about half the time it seems like he gets to trot home after a home run from either Claire Hout or Macaris.
Speaking of Claire Hout, Carter steps in. A home run and a double and a hard hit line drive. The only time he's been retired this afternoon. First pitch outside.
Being a little careful with him, as can be understood.
Carter started his college career at Southern Arkansas University, a 2-year player down there. He hit over 300. Right side and through. Back-to-back-to-back base hits. Coach Monlux will hold Gravel at third. So the bases are full of Bruins. And a visit from the up. Looks like we've got a player down. Second baseman Dax Wandler dove trying to glove that ground ball. He's still sprawled out in shallow right field. Shea Bennett and one of the guys on the training staff are going to go out there.
Holding his left shoulder, might have landed awkwardly on that. You can separate a shoulder doing that. You can
Crack a rib,
a collarbone, all sorts of
pull a muscle.
Fun things, yeah.
Yeah, we're not doctors, but we like to play one on an internet broadcast.
Well, all the injuries that have happened today are things that have happened to me while playing baseball, so I feel like a bit of an expert so far.
And now Wandler getting to his feet, but yeah, he's in some pain.
Yeah, not moving that left arm. Never a good sign.
Nope.
You know, moving it slightly. Hopefully just a strain or something like that recover quickly from for the fifth-year senior from Brooks, Alberta.
We'll look to see who his replacement may be for the Warriors at second base. Shea Bennett, the head coach of the Warrior program, now in his third year. His assistant coaches are Cooper Morrison, Bo Boyle, and Hilton Merriman.
Looks like they're going to move some guys around. Looks like Owen Glover going to come in, play the infield. Coming in from right. Going out to right field appears to be Jax Sorensen, senior out of Fremont, Nebraska.
So Sorensen will hit in Wandler's spot of the order, but play right field.
And Anthony Martinez moves over to second base.
So Anthony Martinez will move to second, and right fielder Owen Glover will move to third. All right, the Bruins loading the bases, one out for Aiden Macaris. And Aiden, if it's fair, it has a chance, but it's a foul ball. A little bit short of fence distance on that. Got out in front of that for strike one.
Definitely trying to put a charge into one here with the sacks packed.
Cooper Culhane, the new pitcher for Midland. Bounces that pitch to the plate, 1-1. Muniz on a nice block with that runner at third. Gravel at third, held at second, Clairhout at first. That's the trio of Bruins on the bags.
Didn't know where to put the dangerous Macaris.
Breaking ball misses down, 2-1.
Good take there, too. Bottom kind of fell out of that breaking ball late, and he just spit on it as it just avoided bouncing.
Hit in the air to center field. Center fielder going back. That's Brody Boyle. Now again on the warning track. He'll make the catch near the 372 sign. And it'll be a sacrifice fly and a run batted in for Aiden Macaris.
Didn't miss that one by much. Just enough of this new ballpark. I think that one might have been out of Brown.
Yeah, definitely would have been out of Brown.
But just enough here to hold that one in. But easily also enough to get the job done and a run home there with the RBI. Oakheld also moved up to third on the play.
Catcher Dylan Holmes, the next Bruin batter. That run batted in for Aiden Macaris. That is now 35 runs batted in on the season. That's tops on the Bruins squad. 0-1 the count on Holmes. A single, a home run, and a pop-up. His body of work today. Curveball fouled off the screen on the right side.
Yeah, Holmes likes to really guard that inside corner. He's kind of got that left lead elbow right out over the inside corner. If you see somebody standing like that, that usually means they trust their hands to be quick enough to get to that inside pitch. We saw Holmes deposit one of those into left field earlier. Did a good job guarding against that curveball away there as well.
Oh, up the face of the dugout on the third base side.
Yeah, we saw those quick hands there. Inside fastball turned on that immediately straight into the Midland dugout.
Dylan, a junior from Libertyville, Illinois. Foul the opposite way. Trifecta of foul balls off the bat of Dylan Holmes.
Yeah, doing a good job of staying on that curve, too. Really staying closed on that front side, watching it all the way in, just kind of staying alive in his at bat, knowing he's not going to do anything with those other than just foul them off, which is just fine.
12-1 our score with that last sacrifice fly. Fastball on the outside black. A perfectly paced pitch by Colhane. The strikeout retires the side. Bruins pick up 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. After 5 innings complete, the Bellevue Bruins 12 and the Midland University Warriors 1. Midland University, the former Midland Lutheran College back in the day. And we'll have a new pitcher for the home team. Number 26, Heath Hechkowski, 6'5 junior, another Red Deer, Alberta native, comes on in relief for the Bruins.
This will be Heath's 4th appearance on the season. In his prior 3 innings pitched, only been tagged for 1 run, giving him an even 3 ERA on the year. He has not factored into any decisions.
So he becomes the 4th Bellevue pitcher of the afternoon.
Another big boy at 6'5", 250, listed on the Bruin roster.
Yeah, most college pitchers you see these days are 6'2", 6'3", or taller. Just kind of the model body frame that a lot of coaches like to see.
Sure, you get out that long arm extension, helps you with some of that velocity everybody's looking for these days.
Through 5 innings of play, 12 runs on 13 hits and 1 error for the Bellevue Bruins. 1 run on 4 hits and 1 error for the Midland Warriors. Hechkowski looks like he's ready to go.
Yeah, straight over the top, the big right-hander on his delivery. Looks like he's got good strikeout stuff. 4 Ks so far this year in his 3 innings of pitch, so averaging over a strikeout an inning. That's something you look for in those stats.
Leading off the top of the 6th inning for Midland, second baseman Jax Sorensen. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. Right fielder Jax Sorensen. He came in to replace second baseman Dax Wandler.
Jackson for Dax.
Yes, right. First pitch fastball from Heath. Swing and a miss. First at bat of the afternoon for Jax. That one low, evens the count 1-1.
Jax comes in as a .238 hitter this season. This will be his 21st appearance for Midland.
Hechkowski delivers. Hit in the air down the left field side. That's going to hook out a play. 1-2 the count on the Midland right fielder.
As we mentioned when he came in, Sorensen a Fremont native, where Midland University is here in Nebraska.
Breaking ball hit to center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Aiden Macris, a left fielder, able to get there first and get it back in. So a leadoff single for Jack Sorensen in his first AB of the day.
Yeah, decent little breaking ball there from Hatchkowski, and just got it off the end of the bat enough to stay in front of both Bruin outfielders.
Here's first baseman Jimmy Martinez. 0 for 2 on the day. Bruin middle infielders playing at double play depth. Martinez rolled into a double play his first at-bat today. Takes a breaking ball for a called strike one.
Yeah, 2 ground outs, both to the second baseman so far for Jimmy Martinez. I'm sure the Bruins would love another one here.
1-1. Bruin outfielders playing Martinez straight away. Big swing comes up empty, 1-2.
A little late on that nice high fastball there from Hatchkowski.
Kind of like the look of the new field here. The infield field turf is a solid green. The outfield turf is a pattern of stripes.
Nice batter's eye out in center field as well.
Runner goes, pitch is outside, throw to second, not in time. Then it caroms off the runner's leg out into shallow left field. So that'll be a stolen base for Sorensen, and then an E2 on the throw.
Yeah, Connor Boyd a little late to get over there to cover the second base bag on the throw. The throw wasn't too bad, but as you said, right into the sliding leg of Jack Sorensen. Kicked it out into left field.
Go down by 11. Still trying to do something on the bases to make it happen. Hatchkowski, 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, that's going to hit, and a base hit into right field. Martinez turns the corner, but he'll stop in his tracks. An RBI single for Jimmy Martinez to make it a 12-2 game. Sorensen scoring on the play.
Yeah, didn't hit that ball too hard, but hit them where they ain't, as you used to always say.
Yep.
Deposits it into right field, gets the job done, and the run home.
Good old wee Willie Keeler. And a balk called against Hatchkowski. Made contact with the rubber, then pulled his foot off. So Martinez will get a free base to second.
Not often you see 3 balks in one game.
No.
We're at 3 and counting here.
Owen Glover at the plate, now playing third base. He launched that big home run in his first at-bat today. Popped up, shallow center field. Second baseman Gravel calling for it. He'll make the catch, putting that glove up to shield against the sun for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, it looked like he was fighting the sun quite a bit there as he was tracking that one back into shallow center field. Seeing the sunglasses up on top of the hat for him.
Here's Amir Perez Jr., designated hitter. Breaking ball misses away.
Amir 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a flyout.
With that run batted in by Jimmy Martinez, that's his 14th RBI of the year. Fastball paints the black. 1-1 to count.
Yeah, nice pitch there. You don't need to mess around any more than that to get ahead of the hitter.
Bellevue with the 10-run lead. Most of the offense coming in the first 3 innings. Chasing a high fastball, now 1-2.
Yeah, Hatchkowski's got good life on that 4-seam fastball. A couple times up in the zone, has blown it right past a couple of these Midland hitters. I'd say make that bat catch up to it another one here.
Goes breaking ball instead. Foul ball. Bare hand catch behind the plate by Dylan Holmes, but he was still in the crouch in the catcher's box, so that's foul territory.
Yeah, looked a little late. I think Perez was expecting a fastball there. Looked a little late to react to that off-speed pitch. If I'm the Bruins, I'm coming right back with some high heat here.
And he doesn't listen to you. Instead, throws the breaking ball. That'll drop in front of Jalen Ruffin in center.
Speed the bat up with the fastball and let him catch up to the breaking ball.
Yeah.
And stayed in the zone there. Didn't show the ability to catch up to Hachkowski's four-seam fastball. I don't know why you get away from it there.
Or throw it not in the zone, maybe.
Hey, get it all the way up out of the zone. Let him chase.
Third hit of the inning for Midland. Runners at the corners now. It's Martinez at third, Perez at first. The batter, the shortstop, Hunter Spencer. Spencer 1 for 2 today.
Doubled his last plate appearance.
Fouled out of play.
Perez has 7 stolen bases this year in 9 attempts. If Midland does want to run again, they did that once this inning already. Decent lead over there. Big lead over there.
Throw over to first base. Just close, but not quite. As you call it again. Yeah, he was really dancing, trying to get that jump.
He was going, and I think he was out.
I think Carter Clarehow would agree with you on that one. As he
left-handed first
tag.
baseman got that tag in there quickly on a very nice pickoff throw.
Shorter lead this time.
About 4 steps shorter over there.
Pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Bruins with a 12-2 lead. Midland, however, with 2 runners on here. 1 run already across. This could be their most productive inning of the game. Another throw to first, this time not close. Swing and a miss on the fastball, 1-2.
There you go. Yeah, he's thrown that breaking ball a lot, but rarely for a strike. I'd like to see him you're up 10 runs here. You just paint the zone with that heater. He's got good life on the fastball. He's throwing it right by a lot of these Midland hitters. I don't see the need to do much more than that.
Fastball again. That's a called strike 3, outer half. Definitely got a good piece of the zone. First strikeout for Heath Hachkowski. Only the 3rd strikeout of the game for Midland Warrior hitters. Here's the second baseman, Anthony Martinez. Martinez also 1 for 2 today. A second inning double. Breaking ball misses.
Yeah, he must like that big 12-6er. He's throwing it a lot, but missed low on a lot of those breaking balls. Started the last hitter with 1 as well.
Down low once again, 2-0 on Martinez. Anthony Martinez from Roseville, California. There's a strike down the heart of the plate.
Yeah, nice fastball there.
Jimmy Martinez from Porterville, California. 2-1 the count. Again, the throw to first.
Yeah, he has not been dancing off that base at all since that close call. He's been keeping it pretty close, just a step, shuffle. That's about it. If he was
up
trying
and away
to get Hachkowski's attention, he's got it now.
Yes. Yeah, good lead is when you get that front foot beyond the green of that cutout area. Still a little shy of that with his lead at first. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Chases the high fastball. Count will go full. That means the runner at first, Amir Perez, will be off.
Yeah,
with the pitch, Carter Clarehow will play behind the runner.
Letting Hachkowski know, hey, I'm not here. Don't throw it over. Just another fastball. outer half would be great right here.
The set at the letters, the look in, and the pitch. Down low. So Martinez will draw the 2-out walk. That'll load the bases and bring to the plate the catcher, Adam Muniz Jr.
Yeah, Muniz 0 for 2 today. Lined out to the shortstop.
We have a pinch hitter here, I believe. Number 38, Aiden Smith, comes on to hit for Muniz.
Smith only appeared in 4 games so far this year for Midland. This will be his 4th at bat.
Down low, ball 1.
1 for 3 so far on the season for the Warrior freshman from Bennington, Nebraska.
Right. Just misses inside, 2-0. Down by 10 runs. I think I'm taking a pitch here, but first a visit from head coach Dwayne Monlux, who will go out and say something like, "We're up by 10 runs. Throw strikes." Maybe not those exact words, but
yeah, freshman into the game with 3 career at bats. I think you just say, "Hey,
challenge."
As one of my old coaches say, "See how far, see how far he can hit your fastball," because we don't care if he doesn't.
Thank you, Flip.
No, yeah, you're just trying to paint the zone here. Just fastball in the zone, get ahead. That's all you need. Release points looked a little inconsistent so far for Heath. Not a ton of appearances or inning pitched this year. That's something to be a little bit expected, but
First mound visit of the game for the Bruins. All right, 2-0 the count. Let's see if Hatchkowski can come back in this at-bat. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Right down the heart of the plate. That's where you want to put it. Now 2-1 the count.
honestly, you don't even need to move that pitch for this 2-1 ball. As we see Hatchkowski right back on the rubber, ready to rock and fire.
Always gives that big exhale before he delivers. A little low, now 3-1.
Yeah, I'm sure a walk here is not going to make Coach Monlux very happy.
Hit into the air to the right side. Riley Schrader, the right fielder, looks it into his glove, and the side is retired. 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors. 1 Bellevue error and 3 left on base. Midland had a chance to put up a crooked number, but they only get 1. After 5.5, our score, the Bellevue Bruins 12, the Midland Warriors 2. So Hatchkowski works out of trouble. Gets the fly ball to end the inning. All right, one more text in the queue, and it's a trivia question. How many current Bruin baseball coaches and players have played on Erbaska Field, the baseball field of the campus of Rocky Mountain College?
Did they give you the answer?
The answer, coaches 4 of the 6, players 6 of 36.
That's what I was going to say.
They must be talking about summer league action and things like that, so that's a head scratcher. Thanks for sending that in.
Coming in here, by the way.
One final call out for text if you would still like to join us this afternoon. 402-515-7654. Hey, here comes a text from some old timers. Bill and Pam Townsend, whose son TJ played for the Bruins for the last several years. There's some Blake as well. Baby, let's go Bruins. Glad you guys are still following along the program from the Pacific Northwest. All right, another new pitcher for Midland. A new pitcher every inning This one is now number 17, Harrison Aquero. Harrison Aquero, number 17.
Harrison Aquero, a 6-foot sophomore from Houston, Texas, will be making his eighth appearance on the season for Midland. In his prior 8 innings pitched, he has a 7.88 earned run average.
All right, first man he will face. Riley Schrader grounds it to third, hustling down the line, and he's going to beat that one out. E5 is the call.
Yeah, I don't think Jimmy Martinez over there at first agreed with that first base call either. Made a big split stretch over there trying to get the out. And
yeah, Shea Bennett coming out to request a conversation with the base umpire.
He's had a few of those close calls today, and they've all gone the way of the runner.
Yep. Matt Ossenfort, the base umpire for us this afternoon. Quick conversation and back to the ball game.
Yeah, hard to tell if Martinez dropped that ball. Maybe that's what he was asking. But the way he reacted, I didn't think so.
Third baseman Owen Glover took a little extra time getting rid of that as well. Next up for the Bruins, shortstop Connor Boyd. Strike one call on the first offering from new pitcher Harrison Aquero. Chop foul, third base side. C.J. Townsend, a member of the Bellevue program. I think it was 3 years. Middle infielder. 4 years, Bill corrects me. Blake was just 1 year, though, right? Brock, not Blake, Brock. I got the B right. That's pretty good for me.
Pretty good. You're pretty old.
Hey. It was one of 26 letters of the alphabet. I knew I'd get one of them right, so. Thank you. Everybody's picking on me. 1 and 2 the count. Another one lashed hard but foul. A trail of pebbles coming up as the ball skirts its way down the line.
Peppering the inner half here to Boyd in this at-bat as well.
Ooh, good description. Your mom must have raised you right, huh?
Mm-hmm. Somebody had to.
Schrader gets his lead off of first. Breaking ball chopped. Just foul. Well, Schrader will retrace his steps back to first. Boyd will adjust his batting gloves and get ready to swing again. Connor played 2 years at Lynn Benton Community College in Oregon to start his college career. Breaking ball, straight up to shoot. Catcher coming back.
The whole basketball team scatters.
The foul ball came down in the basket. Oh, there's got to be at least 10 or 12 basketball players. They all ran for their lives instead of trying to catch it.
Oh, man. Oh, my.
Oh, count remains 1 and 2. Another foul ball off the bat of Boyd.
Oh, not one of them tried to catch that.
Now they're used to playing with a bigger object, you know. So that. Aquero looks in, now delivers. That pitch stays upstairs. 2 and 2 the count.
Yeah, nice at bat here from Boyd. Really battling this entire time. He's spoiled about 4 fouled on the left field line. That one straight back. Takes that one up and out of the zone.
Off the end of the bat, out to second base. They'll go to second for the lead out, but a slowly hit ground ball won't be a double play situation. Boyd will reach On the fielder's choice, the out recorded at second, 4-6.
Yeah, a bit of a cue shot there out to the second baseman. I was a little surprised he went the short route to second. It was a pretty close play, but nicely done. Knew he had enough time. Only his second inning over there at second as he moved from third base.
That ball will be thrown out of play as it probably has a nice little slice mark on the leather. I think that's the second or third time we've seen that today. Ball's hit right off the end of the bat. Mason Spellacy steps in. The Bruins DH this afternoon. Takes a pitch in. Ball one.
Hitless into at bats with a walk here for Spellacy.
That one's hit very foul over near the soccer field to the west of the baseball field.
Young man out there already chasing another foul ball. Looks like he's all over it.
Yeah.
Brings me back to my days, back when you were still coaching.
That's right. You shagged a bunch of balls at Gross High School, just like I shagged balls at Brown Park growing up. Top of the zone, strike call. Mason back in. Spellacy 0 for 2 with the walk. Aquero with the pitch. Sliced down the right field line, out of play.
Just out of play. Just short of the Bruin bullpen, which has some action warming up down there.
If the Bruins can maintain that 10-run lead, we'll only play 7 innings. If the lead falls less than that, we'll go the full 9. A breaking ball drops into the zone, catches Spellacy looking for the second out of the inning. Here's Jalen Ruffin. Jalen looking for his first hit of the day. Bellevue center fielder steps in. Hit well to left field, but plenty of room out there for left fielder Chase Bogus to haul it in and retire the side. No runs on no hits. There was 1 error and 1 man left on base. 6 complete innings in the books. The Bellevue Bruins 12, the Midland Warriors 2. So this could be the last chance hotel for Midland if they do not score at least 1 run in this inning.
And it'll be a new pitcher that they'll face for the Bruins, number 40, Lucas Mahoney. 6'3" freshman right-hander out of Revelstoke, British Columbia. Making his first appearance.
So the British Columbia representative of our Canada squad on the mound here. Hard-throwing right-hander. For the Bruins in this 26th season, Brody Burnett has been the closer. In fact, Brody leads all of college baseball, NAIA, NCAA at any level, with 10 saves on the season in the Bruins' first 25 games. But here it'll be Lucas Mahoney coming on.
As we said, no
Not
stats.
a save situation, up by 10 runs, but just a good trivia fact to know. That
Unless this goes the distance, it would be.
Yes, if he throws 3 innings, you are correct.
Yeah. First appearance on the season for Mahoney. They said good zip to that fastball as we watch him warm up here. 6'3" right-hander.
Chase Bogus will lead things off. 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. First pitch from Mahoney, a fastball, outer half, strike 1 called. Revelstoke, British Columbia.
I feel like half the people we've called out today have been from somewhere in Canada.
Quite a few. I set foot in British Columbia for about 10 minutes or so on our trip to Alberta. We went to the Banff Sunshine Village ski lift, and it's right on the border. Foul back to the screen. Mahoney works ahead, 0-2. 1-2, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't need to mess around here. Just another high fastball should get this done.
Up and in, 2-2.
That's a good waste pitch, though, even there. You miss it up and in, kind of towards the hitter, back him off the plate a little bit. If he does want to come back with that big yacker towards the outside corner, harder to cover that.
Let's see what comes. It is the breaking ball, sliced down the right field line, just fair. Bo just did a good job of just getting the bat on the ball, directing it down the right field line. A throw in from Schrader. Not quite in time. It'll be a leadoff double for Chase Bogus.
Yeah, it was a great piece of hitting. It was a good pitch, outside corner. Just kind of threw his hands through the barrel of the bat at it. Got it just past the first baseman and standing up into second base.
That'll take the Warriors back to the top of their order. Center fielder Brody Boyle. Boyle 1 for 3 today. This is 4th plate appearance of the game.
Been on base twice, though.
Mahoney looks the runner back to second and delivers. That's that fastball. Hit well to center field. Jalen Ruffin puts his glove up to shield against the sun. Makes the catch on the warning track. Gets the throw in, but advancing to third is Chase Bogus.
I think Boyle thought he got him on that one. That was a well-struck ball to center field, but Ruffin really covers a ton of ground out there.
Again, a nice play out there by Jalen as Jack Sorensen steps up for Midland. Sorensen came in as a defensive replacement when Dax Wadler was injured and promptly delivered a single his first at-bat. The Bruins going to play their infield in to try to preserve the 10-run lead. Big breaking ball in the zone. Strike one called.
Yeah, it clips the top of the zone with that breaking ball. That's a tough pitch to hit. You almost give up on it out of the hand, and it comes in just about belt high.
Mahoney again delivers another breaking ball, and again in the zone. Nice movement down and across with that curveball.
Don't think Sorensen agreed with either of those calls. They both look to be in the zone from our angle.
Got it. Oh, no.
Steps
0-2 the count. Let's see if Mahoney tries a waste pitch here or something tempting off the zone. Another breaking ball. That one's in the zone and hammered into center field for a base hit. And a run batted in for Jack Sorensen. A 2-for-2 day for him. And he'll chug his way into second base as the Bruins kind of casual getting the ball back into the infield.
Yeah, probably one breaking ball too many there from the Bruins. Went same pitch 3 times in a row. Probably would have been better off maybe a little high heat there. Hadn't seen that pitch yet. But Sorensen does a nice job. Second singles of the game after coming in as a defensive replacement.
Here's Jimmy Martinez. Fastball. Misses inside.
Yeah, backed Martinez off the plate there. Good life on that fastball from Mahoney.
Comebacker to the pitcher. He'll take the out at first base.
He looked the runner back, but the runner just kind of kept going. He didn't really do anything with it.
If this were a closer game, probably would have been better served to pay attention to the lead runner. Instead, he'll get the sure out at first.
Yeah, nice job fielding his position there.
2 outs in the inning. The batter is the third baseman, Owen Glover. That run batted in for Jack Sorensen, his first of the season. He's the runner at third now. The breaking ball called strike one. Fastball wide. Glover started the game in right field, then moved to third. Chopper down third base way, but foul. Fastball. Staying alive is Glover, just getting a piece of that one.
Yeah, just nicked that one straight back. He looks happy to still be in that box there.
Blue and purple and yellow and maybe a little bit of red, multicolored bat there by Glover. Don't know why I didn't notice that before. Fouls that one out of play.
Even a little teal on the grip.
Yeah.
Yeah, Glover had that first inning home run. Hasn't done much since. Just a couple of pop outs.
2-2 to count, Laura. Here's the 2-2 offering from Mahoney. Breaking ball. Good play discipline there by Glover to lay off that. The count goes full.
Yeah, done a nice job working this count back to full.
Here's the payoff pitch. Popped up on the infield. Sky high. Who's going to take charge? Third baseman O'Keld calls for it and makes the catch just behind the pitcher's mound to retire the side. But the Warriors do pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base, so that means a 9-run deficit for the Warriors, but we'll keep playing into the bottom of the 7th inning. 12-3, our score. Thank you. All right. Now pitching for the Midland Warriors, number 23, Jimmy Martinez.
Moves over from first base, does Jimmy, to take the mound. So 6-foot junior out of Porterville, California. This will be his 3rd pitching appearance of the season. He did start 1 game. He's thrown 3 2/3 inning and has a 4.91 earned run average.
So that means the Warriors will need a new first baseman. So Owen Glover will have another position change. He'll move from right field to third base to now first base.
The aptly named Owen Glover must have a lot of gloves.
Yeah.
3rd different one he's been using today.
And the third baseman, new third baseman, will be Jesse Chimenti.
I told her third base. I give our basketball coach crap for running out like he's a hand grenade.
Yes.
We're getting running over, coach.
Yeah, Chimenti will go into the DH spot, which will be due up first in the next inning for Midland if we make it there. Chimenti is a 6'1" freshman out of Delray Beach, Florida.
All right, the first man that Martinez will face, top of the order for the Bruins, Nick Gravel. Gravel's been up 4 times. He's been on 4 times. First pitch fastball down the zone. Strike 1 called. Bruins need 1 run to end it by the 10-run rule. If not, we'll go to the 8th. 12-3 our score. That pitch misses away, 1-1. Top of the order for the Bruins, 5th time through 7 innings for the top of the order. That's going to be a base hit to center field. Nick Gravel, a perfect 5 times up, 5 times on day, including 4 singles and a walk. Nice job of being the table setter.
Yeah, can't ask for much more out of your leadoff hitter. Just every time up on base, setting the table. Every time up he's been on, and every time he's scored thus far. If he does it again, that's it for the game.
Next up for the Bruins, third baseman O'Keld. Let's see if the Bruins might sacrifice to try to get that 10-run lead back or just swing away. Backdoor breaking ball stays outside. Ball 1.
Not squaring.
I wouldn't bunt here either, I don't think.
It's hard to bunt a guy coming into the game batting .392.
Yes. That breaking ball, a little nubber down the third base line. Chimetti goes to second base for the lead out. Held reaching on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, Gravel didn't get a good break on that. I wonder if he thought that ball was foul or something. Thought that was going to be a much closer play at second base, but Held will just swap spots with him.
Had kind of a funny sound coming off the bat there as he didn't hit it squarely.
Right towards the end of the bat, just kind of came off dead.
Here's Carter Clairhout. Strike on the outer half.
Yeah, Martinez has been living on that outside corner, at least to these two lefties he's faced over the first three batters. Clairhout probably not a guy you want to come inside to very often.
Breaking ball away.
We've seen what he does if you leave one over the middle of the plate, which is put it into orbit like the 8 planes we've seen so far today, or the same plane 8 times.
We're going to have to do that. At Westgate Field, we used to count the freight trains going by. Bruins running. Throw to second base. Not in time. A stolen base for Oak Held. He had a good jump. But that came off the base and is called out. So the Bruins lose the runner in scoring position for the second out of the inning.
Pitch was a called strike as well, so 1-2 to Clairhout.
So an unfortunate turn of events there at second base. Clairhout reaches up, fouls that one out of play, opposite way. Another multi-hit day for Carter. A home run, a double, and a single. Hey, a triple away from the cycle. You could get a triple here. Line drive right at the shortstop. Speared there by Hunter Spencer. Got up with good timing to retire the side. No runs on one hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We'll head to the 8th. The Bruins up by 9 at 12-3. Yeah, Brown Park was almost impossible to hit a triple unless an outfielder fell down and broke a leg and an arm at the same time. So this is a little bit more spacious ballpark, so an opportunity to get those extra base hits.
Yeah, you got some deep corners out there in the looking left center. There's another airplane. Up to 9.
All right, now pitching for the Bellevue Bruins. Number 32, Cannon Close.
Cannon Close is a 6'2", 190-pound junior right-hander from Bonnie Lake, Washington. This will be his 9th appearance on the season. He is 1-0 with a 1.32 earned run average. So a sparklingly low earned run average for Cannon as he comes on for his 9th appearance. He does have 1 save so far this year in 13 2/3 innings pitched.
Follow-up email from the Townsends. Their son Brock is pitching coach at Lynn Benton. He's been there the last 2 years. That's where Connor Boyd played his JUCO ball. So there's a nice Bellevue connection there. Thank you for sending that in. Another trivia question. How many current Bruins baseball coaches played, not coached a game at Moeller Field, the baseball field on the campus of Midland University?
I'm going 2.
All of them. My head is spinning with all this trivia. All right, let's get ready for the top of the 8th inning. Leading off, number 34, third baseman, Jesse Chimetti, came in as a defensive replacement last inning, gets the first at-bat of the afternoon, swing and a miss.
Yeah, only his 3rd appearance of the year and 3rd at-bat of the season. Batting 1,000.
All right. Can't get much better than that, but on the line here, 0-2.
Quickly 0-2. I wonder how many pitchers he's faced with a 1.32 ERA, though.
Probably not too many.
2 at-bats.
Cannon comes set at the belt. and quickly dispatches Jesse Chimetti. One man faced, one strikeout. Midland batters have done a pretty good job putting the ball in play this afternoon. That's just the third strikeout of the game, fourth strikeout of the game against Midland.
Absolute cheddar on that heater from close there, too. Blew that one straight past Jimeni.
Here's Hunter Spencer. Made a nice defensive play in the last half inning. First pitch swinging, foul out of play.
One of those prior 3 Ks, as you mentioned. His last at bat, 1 for 3 on the day with a double.
Seen a couple of old BC baseball caps in the crowd today. BC representing Bellevue College before it became Bellevue University. Some of the old guys back at the ballpark. Ground ball out to the shortstop. Connor Boyd quickly dispatches Spencer. 6-3, 2 up, 2 down. The next batter, Anthony Martinez. One of those old guys, former Bellevue baseball coach Joe Forrell at the ballpark today. Good to see Joe. Current Bellevue baseball coach Dwayne Monlick's now in his 16th year at the helm. First pitch, breaking ball in the zone. So Cannon just firing strikes.
Yep, working quickly, putting that ball. As I say that, he steps off the back of the mound. So far, working quickly and putting that ball in the strike zone.
That fastball just off the outside edge. In addition to Coach Monlick, Mitch Schmidt, Sean Malley, Richie Moore, Drew Nielsen, and Ivan Medina, members of the Bellevue assistant coaching staff. On the ground to second. Nick Gravel looks it into his glove. 4-3, a quick 3 up, 3 down, top of the 8th inning. Our score remains Bellevue 12 and Midland 3. Good work by Cannon Close.
3 up, 3 down for Midland in the 8th. After 7.5, the score remains Bellevue 12, Midland 3.
The Gravel family listening in Fall River, Nova Scotia, Canada. Glad you guys are with us. Nick has had a great game today. 4 for 4 in terms of hits. 5 times on base in 5 plate appearances. Glad you guys are with us. We've never been to Nova Scotia, but I've heard it's very beautiful up there in eastern Canada. We got another one?
New pitcher for Midland is number 10, Brandon Krebs. Brandon's a 5th-year senior from Papillion, Nebraska. This will be his 9th appearance on the season. In 10 2/3 innings thus far, he has a 10.13 earned run average.
Again, same situation as last. If the Bruins score 1 run, the game will be over due to the 10-run rule. If not, we'll go to the top of the 9th. Brandon Krebs on to try to prevent that Bruin 10-run victory. Bellevue averaging 11 runs per game on the season. 5.8 runs per game for Midland. So the Bruins over their season average so far today. The Warriors a little bit under. Aiden Macaris will step on to start off the bottom of the 8th inning. Aiden's been up 4 times. Sacrifice fly and a single. First pitch from Krebs. Ball 1.
Also hit by pitch his first at bat.
Yep. Part of that 4-run first inning for the Bruins. They follow that up with a 5 spot in the second. Now 1-1 the count.
So 3 productive plate appearances, but only a single so far to show for it.
That one goes all the way to the screen.
Haven't gotten a ton out of Macaris today. You expect, with a 12-run ball game, your cleanup hitter, especially Aiden, to be doing a lot of that damage, but it's come all around this lineup.
Breaking ball in the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Macris, a first-team all-conference player last year. Newcomer of the year in the North Star Athletic Association. Lays off that high fastball. Count goes full. Here's the payoff pitch from Krebs. Chopper to third. Gloved over there. Long throw across the diamond is just in time. Nice play by Jesse Chiminetti. Throwing all the way across the field to retire Aiden Macris.
Yeah, kind of took the one pat into his glove there. I didn't know if he was going to have enough time. Macris runs pretty well for a big guy. But did just get him by a half step.
Yeah, Aiden's has some speed. He's among the top stolen base guys on the year for the Bruins. Here's catcher Dylan Holmes. Holmes, the 3-run home run as part of that second inning 5 spot. Ball 1 on the first pitch from Brandon Krebs. Home plate umpire called time before Krebs could begin his delivery.
I've seen that a few times today. I think it's when the pitcher's ready before the batter. Happened to a couple Bruin pitchers as well.
That breaking ball in the zone evens it up 1-1.
Yeah, good snap on that breaking ball. The stuff from Krebs has looked pretty good, even though the ERA up over 10.
Just missing away.
That's a good pitch, though. That's where you want to miss. Just low and just off the outside black.
Low that time, 3-1. Hitter's delight for Dylan Holmes.
Yeah, probably trying to put another one over that left field wall as he did in the second inning today.
And won't get the opportunity as that one is low. Holmes will walk. We'll have a courtesy runner more than likely come on for him. Caleb Williams doing the courtesy duties today. And Riley Schrader will step to the plate. Well, the Bruins tried to steal a runner into scoring position last inning. Let's see if they'll try to do it again this inning, now with Caleb Williams, the base runner.
A decent lead over there at first.
Pitch down low.
Not showing anything, not leaning, not really acting like he's trying to run.
Dwayne Monlick's not giving any kind of signals from that third base coaching box. Fouled over the top of the backstop and out of play. One on, one out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bruins with a big lead of 9 runs. Again, deja vu right over the top of the backstop, out of play.
Yeah, one inside fastball, one outside fastball. He put them both straight back. See if Krebs comes back with that big, sharp breaking ball he's shown a few times here.
Comes
like
in low.
Change
up,
or something.
I think, yeah.
You don't see a ton of right-on-right change-ups, especially in a 1-2 count, but don't hate it there.
Krebs set at the belt, throw over to first base. Williams back in plenty of time standing up.
Yeah, not even a big enough lead over there to need to get dirty for Williams. Doesn't look like any inclination the Bruins are running here. Pretty modest lead.
But he is going. Breaking ball. Called for a ball. Throw to second base.
Got him.
Is in time. Second time the Bruins have had a base runner throw it out, attempting to steal. A nice throw from catcher Adam Muniz Jr.
It wasn't a good pitch to throw on. It was a good pitch to run on a breaking ball outside the zone. And as we said, wasn't a huge lead over there. Got an okay jump, but yeah, very nice throw from Muniz.
So base is empty and 2 outs. And down a little bit low. That'll be a walk for Schrader. Connor Boyd back to the plate for the Bruins. We found out a little bit more about his JUCO experience today. Hit to the ground to the right side. Second baseman gloves it. And over to first in time to retire the side. Anthony Martinez making the play at second base. And will play at least another half inning. No runs on no hits. There were no errors. And one man left on base. Heading to the top of the ninth. Bruins 12 and the Warriors 3. Cannon Close back to the mound for the Bruins. He zipped his way through the Warrior lineup in the eighth. A chance to do it again in the ninth. He'll be facing the 8-9-1 part of the order. Quick look at the Frontier Conference after one weekend of play. The Bruins on top, a perfect 4-0. Dakota State in second place at 3-1. Then Mayville State in third at 2-2. Bismarck State and Dickinson State and Valley City all in a three-way tie for fourth with 1 win and 3 loss records after that tournament play in Sioux Falls last weekend. Bruins will take on Valley City State here this weekend. Friday doubleheader starting at 1 and Saturday at noon. The first pitch from Cannon Close to Aiden Smith is a strike one call. That one's hit into center field. Solid single straight away. Oh, Aiden Smith with the leadoff single.
Nice leadoff.
He'll be replaced by a courtesy runner. Landon Boenzi is the courtesy runner.
Yeah, nice job just taking that outside slider to right over the second baseman's head into center field. Sharply hit.
Chase Boges steps to the plate with one on and nobody out.
Doubled his last time up. 1 for 3 so far this afternoon.
And let me correct myself. I gave Adam Muniz, the starting catcher, the credit for those last 2 throwouts, but it was his replacement, Aiden Smith, behind the plate to get credit for those throws. His single start of this inning. Now it's Chase Boges. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 1 for 3 day for Boges. A double his last time up. Now behind in the count 1-2.
Nicely framed there from Holmes. I think that one was lower part of the zone. Stuck it nicely for the umpire to see.
Popped in the air to the right side. Schrader sees it. Now has to come on even more. And he'll say he makes the catch right at the turf level. Battling the sun. But Schrader, a nice job getting to the ball in time for the first out of the inning.
Definitely lost that ball in the sun. Really, really late break from Schrader. He stood there, glove in the air for a second before he busted it in. And, yeah, nice sliding catch to pick that one off his shoe tops.
Yeah, as the sun moves its way toward the horizon, right field becomes the worst sun field at the new facility here. Yeah. Next batter, Brody Boyle, top of the order, takes a breaking ball for a called strike 1.
Schrader, not the original right fielder in this game either.
Hopefully Anthony Lynn will be able to get back into play as soon as possible, but he had a serious facial injury after getting hit by a pitch. 0-2 the count after that foul ball.
Schrader does have the sunglasses on out there and right, so he is prepared. Doesn't make it easy to see the ball in the big sun field, though.
Breaking ball. Tries to check his swing. They'll appeal. They say no swing. Now 1-2.
That's a very good 0-2 pitch, though, just off the outside corner. if he makes contact, he's not doing anything with it but rolling over.
Make it tempting, but don't make it hittable.
Yep, nice job there, though, by Boyle to check his swing and remain alive for at least one more offering.
Again, checks his swing, this time on a fastball off the outside edge.
And another good 2-strike pitch. He's not doing much with that. If he can even catch up to it, good velocity on that heater from close.
Outfield playing straight away. Middle infielders a double play depth. Breaking ball, and that one gets through. Hard hit ball back through the middle by Brody Boyle. His second hit of the day.
Yeah, sharply hit right back through the box. Send it right back from where it came. Sure, they were hoping to get that slightly lower in the zone, maybe make that a double play ground ball to end this one, but not to be thus yet for the Bruins.
Now 11 hits on the game for Midland. Started off kind of slowly.
They've done a good job putting the bat on the ball. We said a few times, I think only 4 strikeouts so far today. They've made contact. It's not always been hard contact, but yeah, 11 hits, nothing to...
Jack Sorensen 2 for 2, goes opposite way, but good hustle by Nick Gravel to get out in the shallow right field to make a basket catch for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, tough play there. No infield fly call ruled there, as it was just outside the infield. And Gravel was the only one that was going to get to that one and does a very nice job. As you said, in that sun field, too, can affect the infielders as well. Nice play.
Last chance hotel for the Midland Warriors. With 2 on and 2 out, the batter is Jimmy Martinez. Martinez started as the first baseman. Last inning, he went to the pitcher's mound for 1 inning of work.
And did a nice job on the mound as well. Kept the top of the Bruin order from doing much.
Another fastball inside, 2-0. Warriors have left 7 runners on base in today's game. Got away momentarily, but a quick recovery by Dylan Holmes to get that ball that squirted away from him and throw out the lead runner, Aiden Smith, trying to get to third. And the side is retired, and the game comes to an end. No runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. And that takes us to today's conclusion. For the Bellevue Bruins, 12 runs on 15 hits. They committed 1 error. For the Midland Warriors, 3 runs on 11 hits. They committed 2 errors. With the victory, the Bellevue Bruins now 23-3 on the season, an 11-game winning streak. With the loss, Midland Warriors go to 11-16 overall. Their 3-game winning streak comes to an end. Hey, don't go away. We're going to have a visit with head coach Dwayne Monlux after he has a quick visit with his team. He'll talk a little bit about the program, a little bit about this new facility, so don't go away. He'll be up here in just a moment or two. Teams shake hands, bump fists at the home plate area at the conclusion of today's game. Again, we want to remind you we'll be back on the air Friday afternoon, a 1 o'clock start on Friday for the first game of the doubleheader, Bruins against Valley City State University. And then on Saturday, a 12 o'clock start for the second day of doubleheader action. All right. My son Mickey, Coach Dwayne Monlux.
Thank goodness you can come up in the press box anytime.
He's a Cubs fan, so.
Yeah, you can come in the press box anytime.
I purposely did not wear my Yankees jacket today to upset you, Coach, so some consideration. I got my Bellevue jacket on instead.
Looks much better on you than the Yankee stuff.
Very good. Congratulations on the win today. You showed some power, especially early in the game.
Yeah, we had some really good swings early. I was a little disappointed with our bats from the 4th inning on. I thought we gave away a lot of ABs. We'd like them to do a little better job of putting them away, but coming in, 9-run victory, you can't be too upset. But that was about the only thing that was really kind of down on it. I felt like we gave away a lot of ABs the last 5 or 6 innings. So, but great start. ball was jumping out here early
Yes.
in the game. I thought it kind of kept it in the. Oh, we had some other swings late in the game that I thought might go out that they kind of caught on the warning track. But good start, beautiful facility, and a great crowd today. It was awesome.
You started your first years of your 16-year Bellevue University career at Westgate Field in Omaha, off the side of the interstate, the noisiest ballpark in the area. Then you moved to Brown Park, a historic field for the last several years, and now a new facility here, the Renner Dennis Outdoor Athletic Complex, a beautiful facility. Talk about some of your first impressions of a couple of days of practice and now your first game here.
Well, it was an interesting day moving all of our equipment, our turtle and stuff over here. We got that over on Thursday, and we're able to practice, and it was awesome. Our guys are super excited to be out here. It's such a beautiful facility. It's been a long time coming. Me personally as a coach, I've been doing this for 25 years, and no stop that I was ever at have I had our field. The field was our own. Whether it was a city field or paying rent at a field or, sharing a field, sort of finally have something of our own for our players, coaches, fans, alumni. We had a great turnout of alumni today. It was just a really special day and a long time coming, and we feel so blessed. Once the rest of the facility gets done with the locker rooms and some landscaping, this is going to be an even more amazing facility.
Any people that you want to recognize or salute who went into the creation of this field or have really helped the Bellevue program during your time here?
Well, obviously, first thanks to our president, Mary Hawkins, having the vision and understanding the importance of athletics, not only for this facility, for softball, soccer, the new gym, the weight room. She really understands the importance of athletics, and the history of Bellevue athletics is pretty strong for all sports. So to be able to invest the money in, finally, when we had the land to be able to do it, between the board and the president, Dr. Hawkins, we're so thrilled. Our players are beyond ecstatic, and everybody that's come here has just had nothing but great things to say about the facility, and we're really pumped.
Let's talk a little bit about the season so far. Rated number 4 in the NAIA in the current coaches' top 25 poll, 23-3 now in the season. Did you know before the season started that this team would be this good, or have they have exceeded expectations?
I thought we might be 3-23, so no, I didn't. You never expect something like this. I mean, look at the history of Bellevue baseball, and to have this team be the best start in school history says a lot, because there's a lot of great baseball teams that have come through the halls here. So, this group is a really fun group to be around. There's talent there, obviously. We've got some thump in our lineup. Pitching starting to get figured out. The defense has been solid. We find ways to score. We're stealing bases, hitting home runs. We're pretty balanced that way. And the chemistry is really good. Like, the guys think they're going to win every game, and sometimes that's some false confidence. With this group, I really think it's true confidence. Like, hey, we're going to go play. We're going to go get it done today. Even if we find ourselves down, there's no panic. And we haven't won every game, but they think they're going to win every game, and then that's where it starts.
Seems like there's a real good sense of camaraderie amongst the players, the coaches, the whole crew, and that goes a long way to having a successful program, win and loss-wise, as well as just being able to be around good people.
Well, I think that comes from, I want to give a lot of credit to our backups. Baseball's a long season. We're halfway through. There's some guys that have very few at-bats. We had a couple guys that got their first innings on the mound today.
Yep.
And no one's complaining. They're cheering for their teammates. And then when they do get in the game, our starters and the guys that are playing a lot are 1,000% behind those guys and giving them the love that they give them when they're playing. So that is very important to have on a team. Winning helps, but part of us winning is the buy-in that the rest of our team have had for the guys that maybe aren't playing. So that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen on every team. And I've had teams where guys don't buy in, and it makes it tough. But this group is pretty. It's been pretty special that way.
Valley City State comes in for the first home conference weekend here at the new Renner Dennis Field. Give us a little preview of this weekend, Friday and Saturday.
Well, obviously we did the preseason term this last weekend. We played Valley City the last game. Everyone's kind of on the back end of their pitching with starters and bullpen, and we were able to have a couple big innings and jump on them. They have a couple really good arms. They had a left-handed pitcher that's, I think, 4th in the country in strikeouts right now. They strike out a lot of guys. They lead the conference in strikeouts as a staff. But I think we're pitching well too. And they got to jump on a bus and drive 8 hours to get down here. So you factor that in, and us playing at the new facility, and if we come and take care of business, like play like we're capable, then I like our chances, but if we don't play good baseball, then anybody can beat us.
Well, congratulations on the win today. Congratulations on the great start, and good luck for the remainder of the season.
Got a couple of alumni here. We got McGrane Pledger and Charlie Patterson. I think if you want to fire them,
knuckleheads, how
you want
are
to fire
ya?
them a couple questions. I think I'm going to see the people listening if they want to.
McGrane going to go first?
McGrane says, but now that he's a lawyer, everybody else listens.
So what have you done since your days here at Bellevue University? This is McGrane Pledger.
Honestly, been graduating from school, working, and kind of starting up a little bit of an alumni program here. So we've been kind of trying to rally all the alumni and get everyone together and kind of support these guys once they graduate from school. You know, Chuck and I kind of had a realization a while ago that when we graduated, we didn't really know what we wanted to do with the rest of our days. So, you know, we kind of wanted to come in and support the guys and try to help them move on out of baseball and help them with that transition.
Any guys, any alums who might be listening in and want to be part of that organization, how do they get a hold of you to be a part of it?
Contact Dwayne. Dwayne's probably the best guy to contact. If you don't have my number or Chuck's number, Dwayne's probably the guy to contact right now.
All right. Sounds great. Chuck, you got some words to join as well?
Yes, sir.
All right.
How we doing?
Good. How are you? And what have you been doing since your Bellevue career?
So after Bellevue, I started a construction company. I did remodeling and exteriors. Our name's Core Build. And so I just studied, got my Class A license, and want to give back to the community because we've been doing pretty well.
Very good. Very good. You think this team's got stuff in it today? You've seen them one ball game, but what's your impression of the current Bellevue squad?
I mean, watching all those planes fly over, I think that's symbolic of how we hit the baseball today. So it's great to watch them. But back to McGrane's point, so it can be hard to be a senior. It can be a hard time after senior year trying to find a job. So we want to be mentors to these guys, as well as a couple other few great Bellevue legends like Ron Weiss. We want to help them, mentor them through the process, and the group is an opportunity for alumni to network as well. So we're very excited about it.
Very good. Well, we've got a lot of Bellevue grads. Ronnie, I know with Cardinal Building Group and your construction as well, so it just kind of must be a natural fit for former baseball players to wield a hammer after set the bats down.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of the leadership skills come into it and the team aspect of it as well. So we really want to help these seniors out and continue this program and just be around the guys because it can be a hard time after you graduate. So we're super excited about it and super excited for this team this year. So
very good. Well, thanks for joining us. Both you guys for coming up.
all right.
Congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
All righty. Thanks, Wayne. Mick, you got any final comments here, and then we'll wrap it up for the day.
Great win for Bellevue. Just all around well-played game. They really limited all the damage. 11 hits for Midland. You'd like to probably see that number a little lower, but the 7 pitchers that Bellevue threw did a great job of limiting damage, only giving up 3 runs. As Coach Monlick said, bats hot real early. I'm sure they'd love to sustain that later into the game, but they did a good job putting the bat on the ball, led by Nick Gravel. 4 for 4 with a walk on base all 5 times that he came up to the plate. Showed some power up and down the lineup. I think that's a great way to open this lovely new facility, and I'm sure a good building block for the rest of the games that are going to happen here this year and beyond.
The first win of hopefully many at the new Renner Dennis Outdoor